They have let all the animals out of the cage for this one. That is exactly right. It is grand final, and we've got all of the zoo characters right here with me, guys. How's it going?
Good, Trace, good. What about you?
I'm doing fantastic, and I'm feeling thank you, more importantly, man.
What kind of animals would we be if this is a zoo?
Oh, now that's a dangerous territory.
Yeah, go ahead, little bro.
Okay. But anyway, we've got a grand final on our hand. MOUZ versus FAZE. That is just one BO3 separating us from finding out who the winners of the CAC are in 2023. My name is Trace, and I'm welcoming you all back for what is sure to be a barn-burning affair, Blair.
Yeah, it's going to be a barn-burning affair. This is going to be the 4th time these two teams have faced off in CS2, which has just been released for about a month. So a lot of history being very quickly created between these two guys.
Why y'all looking at me?
Because, you know,
you're the keeper.
You're the beacon of light and certainty around
I'm
here.
still trying to think of animals. You guys got something to do?
Yeah, I was hoping you'd come at it. No, you talk about history. I think what is interesting about this grand final is why none of us, and I can already call it right now, none of us are going to call it MOUZ to win it, in spite of how bad FaZe looked in their semifinal.
Well, hold up now. Whoa,
come on, go ahead. Put your money where your mouth is. You're going to go with the MOUZ prediction.
Look,
it's your time, gentlemen.
You've already lost one bet live on air. Would you like to lose another?
He's about to lose a second. I want to listen to this. What's your pitch?
No, that's not. My pitch is already made.
That's your pitch.
We are not going to risk going against FaZe, even though they've looked so vulnerable in the semifinal. That's because we're in the grand final right here, and that's because we feel like doesn't matter how much they bend, they don't break. They can bleed, but they're still ready to fight. That's something special about a team, right?
Listen, I don't disagree with what you're saying, and I
Thank you. You can all just say you agree, right?
But I will argue that my favorite coming into this matchup is MOUZ Sports. I think they played by far the best.
So you think they're going to win?
Interesting.
I think they're going to win the final. I think right now the way they're playing, the way they're conducting themselves, and the experiences they've had losing to FaZe already up to this point, I think that's going to come in beneficial for them. MOUZ is going to win this final.
I usually agree with Matthew on a lot of things. You're a logical man, and I see where you're coming from. You like the romance. You like the romance. I'm going to side with the facts. I'm going to side with what I've seen so far. I'm going to side with the fact that MOUZ looked like the better team today, and I think they're going to take the finals.
Is that it? Should we just start the game right now? My God, guys.
Stop talk.
There's still a ton of things to go over here. Let's talk about direct encounters. That's the way it's been labeled, and that's the way we can kind of look at it. And I'm not talking about with, you know, alien spaceships and stuff. That's for a different broadcast and podcast altogether. I'm talking about between MOUZ and FaZe themselves.
Yeah, look, listen, it's been a tumultuous journey, I guess, so to speak, for FaZe. I'm just looking at the players. I'm looking at how they had to just drag, or rather, Robs had to drag their sorry ass through that matchup. It was ugly. It was ugly CS, but I agree with Matthew. They get it done, right? But it was against ENCE with a stand-in. If you're going to apply that caveat to teams like Astralis and NIP, we have to apply it to FaZe as well. They look great initially. They look very, very human today. This guy on his screen right there, Robs, 1.23 rating in the event. You know who the second highest for his team? Twist with a 1.03. No one else is stepping up. It's just him all alone. And the rounds they're winning is just kind of like FaZe magic, so to speak.
Yeah, speaking of magic, you guys ready for one? All right, I got it right here. Ready? Just kidding. Get us on stage.
Shanghai, it's time for your grand finals. Coming out first, Shuhei! Carrigan! Frozen! Russian! Swiss! Yimfat! Rops! Cyclone! Neo!
好的，我们总决赛的队伍已经全部上到舞台了。那我们要请两边的队伍入座，然后请两边的队长留下来接受采访。
Carrigan, starting with you. Your track record versus MOUZ is very good, even beating him here at this tournament. But once again, with these back-to-back games, how are you guys feeling right now? Because that Ents one wasn't easy.
I mean, every time FaZe plays, always goes the distance. It never smooth sailing. So just looking forward to play the final. MOUZ is a great team. They have showcased that the last few months. So I think it's gonna be a banging final.
的确也说到，就是他们这一路打上来也是很不容易的嘛。然后不过他们队伍依旧是非常有韧性的。那当然，他们的对手 MOUZ 同样也是非常强的一个队伍。
For Shuhei, you've had a lot of time to rest a bit between your games. Were you watching the FaZe game, and how do you feel to be able to turn this around and what you can do to make it different to what happened earlier this week?
I mean, we're just gonna try and change the game a little bit up. We didn't really watch the game. We tried to keep our heads away from it, focus on different things. So I'm also expecting a really good final.
Okay, so where's your head at?
It's in this game.
刚刚也是问到说。他们有比对方有稍微更多一点的休息时间。那当下他们是否有看刚刚这场比赛？也是说到，其实没有看的很多，他们更加是把重心放在自己身上。然后刚也是问到，那他现在心思在哪儿？然后他也说到了，就是我心思现在放在这场比赛上面。
For you, Carrigan, and for the FaZe boys, how high is the motivation right now to go for 3 consecutive tournaments?
I mean, it's very high. We wanna showcase the world that we are #1, and to do that, we need to beat MOUZ, and that's how it is. And I'm just looking forward to play the game, and hopefully we still have some gas left in the tank. But if I know FaZe, every time we're down, we can somehow find a way to find energy. So let's hope it's not happening this game.
也是说到了，就是他们在这场比赛，就是其实他们刚打也挺累了，不过现在就是他们还是要继续努力，因为队伍里面也是非常有韧性的。然后也是问到他们对于3连冠有多么的渴望，也是说到就是他们。这个队伍的韧性十足的情况下，一定会卯足全力。
Shuhei, have you figured it out how to beat him?
We'll see on the server.
也问到是否已经想到怎么击败FaZe这边，然后也说就是在服务器上见。
Shanghai, you ready for a grand final?
好的，我们要请我们两边的队伍进入备战席，稍作备战。Alright, so let's get ready for the match. Please head over to your seats.
Get ready.
Yeah.
Let's go, MOUZ! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go, MOUZ! Let's go!
OK， 那我们要把我们的时间交还给我们的分析席。
Now, I could be mistaken. You know, obviously, I've been wrong before. This wouldn't be the first time, but I think there's one MOUZ fan there, guaranteed.
Next to the mic.
There's a very loud MOUZ fan there next to the mic.
Very passionate.
And I do worry for his vocal cords because he's giving it everything.
It's early on now.
In the pregame, too, nonetheless, which is where we find ourselves. If you're just joining us, we are on the cusp of starting this grand final and really putting a bow on what is the CAC. And in doing so, Maniac, MOUZ versus FAZE.
I liked some of the answers we got from Shuhei here as a young IGL, already on the money, and some very important points as far as I'm concerned. One, don't look at the game that's happening right now. Don't look at the FAZE versus ENCE. There's literally nothing you can tailor 10, 20, 30 minutes before a game that's not going to mess with your head. You know your Counter-Strike. You know what matters to you. You know what's important. Relax a little bit. You have 3 to 4 hours. Just allow yourself to go on 0 on the energy scale and then ramp back up into the grand final. I think that's how you're supposed to do it.
Because you have to wait. There is an element of adrenaline dump after playing. So obviously for FAZE, there's a little bit more fresh.
Yeah, for sure. It's about getting back to baseline and then slowly but surely build that up again. I agree with you, Matthew. I like the attitude coming out from Shuhei as well. They're well aware they lost 3 times in a row. They're well aware that FAZE on paper are the favorites, despite them having played better Counter-Strike at this tournament. So I like the fact that he's coming in with this, you know, let's focus on our own game. Let's focus on ourselves. Because if we play up to our best, what we've seen so far in this tournament, then MOUZ and the players for that matter as well are the better ones on the server.
You look so stoic, Play. What's on your mind?
No, I like that. I like the interview from Shuhei. I like the fact that, you know, you're getting concentrated on what you're planning to do. And again, if you want to prep, you have so many games between you and FAZE multiple times throughout. You've also had a game earlier today, so they're not coming in cold either. They've warmed up, they're prepped, they're ready. And that's also like a huge reason why I think that they should be the favorites here. Because if you look at FAZE, for example, look, I know FAZE always find that extra bit of gas. I don't know where they dig and find that oil. Trace, you might know about it, but you know,
what do I know about digging for oil?
They managed to do that, and but the thing is, I feel like it might be a little too tight after that. That was a grueling series.
It was.
Yeah.
It was an exhausting series for the players in the server. Jake, have you been in the server once or twice?
Yeah, I mean, I've been in games where I was supposed to lose, where FAZE have been so many times. I also do think, though, you know, to speak FAZE's case right here, that they've been there so many times that they don't really care whether or not they had a poor performance leading into a grand final. Matthew brought up a good point, and, you know, that would be the one argument to buy into FAZE winning this grand final. Every single game lives its own life for FaZe Clan. They can play poor in one game, 2 hours afterwards, they can be the best team in the world. We don't really know what's going to come out for FaZe Clan right now, but I have been a little bit disturbed by the way they've found their way in the final.
What game were they going to play?
Counter-Strike, I think.
Okay, cool. I was just making sure.
Hey, very much Counter-Strike.
Maniac, so let me ask you this. We go into this, we look for Brokey in the last game. Where is he going to be at this game?
Well, I think this is where the team chemistry of FaZe Clan comes very, very handy. Because if you have a team whose quality of the relationship between the members is very bad, you're Brokey, you feel like shit after that semifinal. There's no other way to put it. But because they've been through so much together, they've been together for so long, I really hope that they've reached a point where there is a mutual trust between the players that, hey, it's clear you didn't have a good game, but it's going to be all right. Proof is in the pudding, we got your back. You played bad on the semifinal, we won anyway. Don't get in your own head about it. Just focus on what you got to do now. And this is why I'm very much certain that we're not going to see a Brokey of the semifinal. We're going to see a much higher quality.
And we could see that in Karrigan. As soon as they won the game, they weren't like crazy celebrating. They just got up, Karrigan called everyone together. I couldn't read their lips, Trace, but I could kind of get the vibe. It's like, we got it done. It's fine. It was ugly, it was messy, but we got it done. And now, you know, we just concentrate in the grand finals. They're looking in good spirits. And also a little bit of history as well. You know, a little bit of history when it comes to this particular grand finals. The last time we had the CAC, it was in 2019 before the entire COVID situation and all of that. And it was actually Frozen, Rops, and Karrigan who lifted the trophy back then, right here in Shanghai, and now it's going to be Frozen going against his ex-teammates. That's a little bit of history right there.
Yeah,
it's a cool piece of history as well, considering where Rups are and where Frozen are in their current career. You're looking at Frozen right now. We made the case already. He is one of the best rifle players in the entire world. The way he started off CS2 as well has been absolutely fantastic. And Rups, we've done nothing but praising Rups and his abilities right now on the server. Now, take nothing away from Karrigan. Of course, he is part of that equation as well as an in-game leader, though. But in terms of pound for pound, player for player, in terms of the productivity on the server, Trace, you're looking at Rups, you're looking at Frozen as the 2 best and most hard-hitting players, in this grand final. So the fact of the matter is they're going up against each other for the trophy to win it back-to-back. That's kind of...
And it's kind of cool that, you know, you're looking at Frozen, his performance so far at CAC. I might just say, you know, he's been the best pure rifler in the tournament thus far. When he's surrounded by players like Jimpat, like Exertion, and everyone else, Rups, for me, the best player overall in CAC. It's a clash. It's just a brilliant clash on paper and in the server.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about discrepancy as well. I feel like Frozen has had much more backup than Robs has done. Like, you look at the numbers, it's right there. Yimpa, can we take a second to acknowledge how reliable he is?
Yeah,
you can.
Even though he is that young and fresh to the highest level, I just absolutely love. That's not Yimpa, by the way. You just baited me on that one. I thought it was over there. Now you got me here.
You can still talk about it.
Yeah.
Listen, the way. No, I want to talk about Yimpa for half a second.
Of course.
Screw that screen. Don't worry about it. Focus on us. The way he plays on his anchor positions, so reliable, never caught off guard. And even when he does get caught off guard, he always has a way to escape. Always a good contingency plan. How many times did we see on overpass him getting pop flashed? No panic. Right-click smoke in your feet, staying alive, gaining time for the defense. I love that. I love that quick reaction coming out of him.
And I love the idea of finding out where we're going to play.
This is going to be interesting. Whichever map FaZe doesn't ban, okay, they're going to ban Vertigo, Mirage pick has to come in. And every single time, we've seen FaZe go for this Mirage ban or a Vertigo ban, and whatever map is not banned, MOUZ picks it, and MOUZ wins on it. FaZe going for the nuke pick again. Sure, they lost today against ENCE, but they've beaten MOUZ on it every single time. And the overpass decider coming in. This is just shaping up to be another game of FaZe and MOUZ. Nothing too crazy when it comes to the map selection.
It's an interesting pick for MOUZ as well, considering how big they were beaten today on the map of Mirage. They didn't get to do anything whatsoever against Astralis. So maybe it's a case of them saying, listen, we had one bad game on Mirage. We're going into it. We can play it against FaZe Clan. Or it's a sign of worry. Maybe we should be worried on behalf of MOUZ Box.
I mean, you guys should be worried. You definitely said MOUZ were going to win. I'm not worried at all.
Okay, you're playing us out.
I'm not worried. But I laid the trap. I put the cheese over there, and the little mice that you were just you would gumble that cheese immediately. Who is more likely to beat each other on each other's map? Who is more likely? Do you think MOUZ can take nuke from FaZe? They've never done it in 3 maps in a row. That's 3 losses in a row.
FaZe looked very, very lackluster today. I'll just give you that.
Yeah, think about the power plays. Think about the power plays.
I do want to say that if there's a day to beat FaZe, it's probably right now.
Why would you say that, Trace?
Well, just some of the same exact reasons we listened to you for about 3 to 4 minutes consecutively talk about how they're tired after playing earlier. Now, of course, you know, they just finished playing, whereas if you look at the other side with MOUZ, that was just a little while ago. So they've had some of that time to decompress.
And one more point you got to point out as well. FaZe are at a 14-match win streak in CS2, which is kind of ridiculous, right? Like, it's very hard. It's not like 2013 when some of the players you're playing against are, have a part-time job being a plumber or something. It's not an 87-0, which NIP had. It's a much more high level of competition. And the fact that they made a 14-match win streak across 3 tournaments is already crazy. But it ends here.
Take nothing away from that streak, but I think in a couple of hours it'll be on.
It ends today.
I feel MOUZ have looked solid so far this tournament. I feel MOUZ are coming in with I wouldn't say more motivation to win this grand final, but as a young team, as a team that don't have a lot to play for the rest of the season, this is it for them, right? They're not going to be at all the tournaments remaining for the LAN season this time around. FaZe will be. They have a tournament in Copenhagen in a week or so. There's much more at stake right now for MOUZ. They also get to play with the full lineup now, apart from Sydney where they didn't get to do it. So all these things right now are accumulating to a MOUZ that is on trajectory to be maybe the best team in CS2 as of right now. If they can win this game, there's a case to be made.
I think I definitely see a world in which MOUZ start very hot and spank the head out of FaZe. I can see that coming. I can imagine that happening. We've had a couple of examples here, even in the maps that was won today. Frozen on Overpass, absolutely out of this world. But here is my issue. Could MOUZ come back if they have a deficit at the start? This is where for FaZe we've already had the answers to that question. If you're answering no to that question, you haven't been watching Counter-Strike. I don't know what rock you were living under.
Hold that thought, boys. Something's going on.
You know what to do. It's time to make some noise. Come on, come on.
大声一点
Come on, come on.
还是不够
Keep it going, keep it going. Come
还
on.
不够 好了，我们也成功达成我们的目标。那大家也请看一下大屏，看看到底是自己是有拿到这个神秘掉落。
I'm gonna give you this now, my man.
OK， 那我们也恭喜一下我们的得奖嘉宾。那我们接下来把时间交给 Banks。
Now you guys know these 2 teams. So we got some FaZe fans in the house. What about MOUZ? FaZe over here. MOUZ. Shanghai, you have been an awesome crowd. You can give yourselves a round of applause, and you've earned yourself a major in 2024. Are you ready for the grand final? Are you ready for some hype? It's time, one last time, to bring the hype! FaZe, MOUZ, let's go!
Are you ready for this? Are you
ready?
I think let's do it. Okay, everything's said. We don't got anything to say. Great. Let's go ahead and get to the commentators. It's going to be Henry G and Anders. Go ahead and take it away, boys. It's the CAC Grand Finals. Woo!
That's right, Trace. It is time. The Counter-Strike Asian Championships are upon us 2022. Oh, God. Anders, we're into the action.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's absolutely go.
All right, I'm going to sit down, and it's going to be Mirage to kick things off. The exact same map pool we saw in the previous matchup between these two teams. FaZe taking on MOUZ here in the grand final of CAC 2023. A prize pool of $500,000 as FaZe look for their second trophy to add to the cabinet this year. It's an absolute massacre to kick things off, Anders. Nothing but USP headshots coming through, and only Frozen will stand tall here. We're just sitting down, good to go, and there it is. It looks like FaZe have locked this one in.
Yeah, my God, what a start. Like you said, nothing but USB headshots coming through and a beautiful beginning for FaZe. Something that they've been struggling to really pull through on this particular tournament. Just has to be comebacks all the time. They win the pistol round here. That has to be a great sign. The grand finals off to, a little bit of a bump in favor of FaZe here. And they probably do need it. They have been looking a little bit shaky. I mean, it's weird to say because they're in the grand final, but...
Sure, no, it is a really weird thing to say, isn't it? Everyone's saying they're not in great form right now, like they're struggling. They just won the last big trophy in CS2. They're here in the grand final once again, and now they're winning the pistol as well. It's a fantastic start for the likes of FaZe, as we'll see the second round come through. Bear in mind, no bomb plan there. A bit of a scramble for all of us getting to that pistol, but here we are. It's going to be the full eco with MOUZ. Not really much to speak of here. No armor, no nades. But they have found a kill towards Brokey as well, and we're not going to force the issue. Robs, he's been an absolute madman so far today, Anders. Now, I guess beg the question, do you feel like it's a plus or a negative going into this one? You've just played a massive semi-final game. It took everything out of you. What are your thoughts on that?
Really hard to say, isn't it? I do think that what they brought up on the desk is a fair point to say that we're talking about the overall experience of a team like this and just, the caliber overall for FaZe. I think they're going to be fine with it. I'd rather, I guess, like they had about an hour's break. I think that's probably pretty good. I think if it was longer than that, I'd be more worried. If it's like a 3-hour break, you have like a really hard calm down. Like,
hey, you know what? The fact that FaZe have got a good start for once, we've commentated a lot of their games this tournament. They always seem to go down 4-0 to kick things off every single time. So the fact that they've even won a pistol here, converted the second, we'll see what the first gun round has in store for us here. MOUZ Sports with AKs across the board, no AWPs in play. Rifles for FaZe as well, just one single MP9 in the hands of Carrigan. What a great semi he had as well. Really was doing God's work out there. And for now, a bit of a default. A little bit calm out there. Kansas City, we still have a couple of smokes available for MOUZ. FaZe trying to deny entry towards short. That's going to be Twist. Nice grenade. Doesn't actually do too much damage.
Could have bounced even further. Yeah, he kind of limp-wristed it a little bit there, but if you're thrown it straight into the wall, that would have been really good. Like a Carrigan. Speaking of which, he did have some good clutches, some good rounds. He also had some really scary rounds in the semi-final that looked like he was going to throw, or actually did throw away a couple of rounds too, but I want somebody to join Robs. He has been a god in this whole tournament.
Is absolutely wild. They've got a player in T-Spawn. They've got the B apartments under lock and key as well. They know this is an A-sided attack. FaZe have got everything they need to win this round, Anders.
Yeah, but they still need the kills. Can't really get there without the kills, and they're going in the way of MOUZ instead. Exertion gets a bullet in the face, but he's still alive. They've lost almost the entire A-bomb site. Still, Twist is here. 30 seconds, and Carrigan, surely no one's going to be checking this. They actually are flashing it, so maybe they will be. Twist, good shot there. Time is running low. It's Jimpat to come up with the kill, leaving Carrigan alone, and Jimmy will find all of it. 4 kills in the round. He's brand new in the game, Henry, but you can't tell.
I'm flabbergasted at that one, Anders. How does that go down in that sort of manner? You have all the information available to you on FaZe side. A player in T-Spawn, Rob's going towards the underpass, and then it all comes down to Jimpat. I think Rain, he maybe oversteps the mark. They're going going for the swing. They just needed to bide their time, allow those flanks to come through. As soon as he goes down, yeah, Jimmy, he's let off the leash, and he absolutely eviscerates him with the AK-47. That's a disappointing round for FaZe, considering all the great work they did to get complete map control. So, a scout. Some deagles here, Anders. It's not going to be the force buy in response. They've gone for a bit of half buy, a slight investment, and going to try and hold on to the money going forward.
Really important for MOUZ to come back really early on in this game. Don't let FaZe walk away. Again, we know FaZe are good with the comeback, so God only knows what happens if they have a brilliant start. If they go up 5 or 6-0 here, I don't think MOUZ want to find out. So yeah, quickly back into it in spite of the fact that their strategy was pretty much revealed in that last round, which is interesting. This looks like a lot of mid-presence coming out for MOUZ, and they're going to be smoking off to try and dodge exactly what Twist is trying to do here with the scout.
Yeah, absolutely true. Bear in mind as well, this is the exact same map pool we saw. Mirage, of course, will be MOUZ's pick. It was a pretty convincing victory, but then they did give up Nuke and Overpass, and pretty comprehensive manner going forward. But Frozen to find the first kill here in round number 4. That's going to be Rain removed from the equation. Twist, though, with the scouts. Doesn't quite connect just yet, but he does spot a couple of players, but it might be too late. His teammates are dropping like flies across the map here, and his Twist and Robs remain. Bear in mind, not the force buy here. Twist will pull one back. Maybe there is a fighting chance here, but Robs up and towards the pallets. He'll have to be a king at this point to save this round. I don't think there's much left to be said. MOUZ have done a very good job, as they still will make their way in towards the A bomb side. Maybe there's a chance he gets a kill.
It all counts, you know. Try and do a little bit more damage if you can. It'd be great if you could find a rifle too, but the position that he's in, I don't think it's going to be possible at this stage. Only 14 seconds. This is a bit scary, but the bomb is fortunately be planted in a very safe position there. Otherwise, imagine if he could have got the shot and sort of fallen back into the palace, maybe he could have made a little bit more of a ruckus, but it's going to be a good round. MOUZ will be able to time the game pretty quickly. Nothing too crazy yet, but for FaZe, it's going to send them into this weird economic position. They will have enough for the AUG. No AWP in play, though.
Yeah, it's a very good point. This is going to be a difficult round for FaZe. They might struggle to bring out the AWP on the CT side if he keeps going back and forth like this. It's going to be Torchi, though, who's been spectacular this tournament. Huge fan of his gameplay, very aggressive, very assertive as well. Seems to dictate the pace of the rounds on the T side, and we'll see whether Shui can find spacing towards short once again. No smoke towards Connector. That's going to cost him his life there. They were trying to slip the net with a quick play, but Brokey will find the first frag.
Brokey was somebody in the semi-final, if you guys missed it, that was really missing for FaZe. He's normally such an impact player, and to see him not really do that much was a little bit shocking to me. I've got to be honest. I normally love watching Brokey. He's one of the most entertaining players for sure. But maybe he saved it all for the grand final. That's my big hope right now.
The majority of FaZe were quite hit or miss there. It seemed like Robs had to drag them over the finish line, kicking and screaming. It was alarming at times, but they got the job done. And do they have enough left in the tank here to get another trophy? Torji answers back, takes down the aforementioned Brokey here. That grenade's got a kill for sure. He gets the double. Robs is dropped as well. So we've got a 4 versus 3. 45 seconds remaining. It's down to Twist. Carrigan's got no idea. Exertion has slipped through the murder hole and causing absolute havoc here. Twist and Rain segregated on the map. Maybe a chance for Twist if he can find a double kill towards the connector. Nice spray down. Drops the bomb.
It's not bad. 30 seconds. Rain, though, Molotov out of the position, and Jimvat's on the other side, ready and waiting for him. It's just Twist left. Very tricky. The bomb, maybe he could have been holding that for a while there, but Jimvat's going to be able to find him. Again, negotiating that position very well. What a round for Robs, Henry. He got spammed in the middle in the smoke right into the ladder room and then got grenaded. Just nothing he could have done.
Yeah, it's a very convincing round for MOUZ, and that's worrying because that was a 5-on-4 in favor of FaZe.
Yes.
Brokey got a freebie. It was a 5-on-4 to open things up, and then it just starts to fall apart. Bear in mind, we said they had no AWP, and Torchi's just exploiting that fact, picking them off left and right. Got that grenade kill as well. Has to be the full eco now for FaZe as we go 3-2, entering round number 6. Is there any sort of interesting stack? It might not matter. Shui, beautiful headshot to crack things open towards middle. It's Carrigan who will try his luck from short as well, but I think he might meet a similar fate. So, goodness gracious, the in-game leader showing Carrigan how it's done. That might be the round in itself.
If those are the mechanics on your in-game leader, you're in a pretty good spot. My God. It used to be a bit of a meme of the past that, you know, you could have your in-game leader be a little bit of an anchor when it comes to the mechanical stuff. That used to be a thing people say, like, yeah, but he's the in-game leader, it's fine, he doesn't have to get all the kills. I feel like in modern-day Counter-Strike, there's no space for that. You need the in-game leader to still be good. Robs with a nice shot lining up for a second. He really wanted that headshot, but not really going to be allowed.
I'm a little bit worried for FaZe. They look a little bit flat right now, and it's understandably so. That was a huge adrenaline dump against ENCE there. Like,
yeah,
against ENCE was standing as well. It went the full distance as another reverse sweep. They were, what, 10-4 down and had to bring it all the way back.
Crazy, wasn't it?
How many lives have these guys got?
That's what they do all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like, in a way that we shouldn't be worried because it's just their MO. Even when it's a good start, they find a way to fall behind and then they have to claw their way back, and then they usually do anyway, which is a little bit shocking. But yeah, tactical time have been called here, which makes sense, I suppose, when you see sort of losing 4 in a row, you really want a chance to talk things over. And you've got 4 timeouts, so why wouldn't you want to take a little bit more of a break?
Well, we've got the Brokey AWP here. There's definitely some concessions across the board. They couldn't justify a single helmet. Should be absolutely fine. There's no Mac 10s or Galils in the mix here. In terms of kits, Anders, they have 1. That's on the back of Carrigan. So bear that in mind. Carrigan, always an interesting player to watch in Mirage. He does get targeted in that B bomb site. But we'll see if Shuey wants to continue his domination towards middle, been so good at finding these opening picks, and Twist is the one to try and shut him down here. Good Molotov to apply the pressure, and here come the rifle frags. Twist and Robs chime in for a couple. Jimpat will answer back here. Now pause the round here, and it's up to Twist to try and negate the smokes as he makes his way towards underpass. Jimmy, he's got his number, Anders. I think he's ready.
He's right on the other side. He's absolutely ready. Just patiently waits him out and takes him down. He's back into the round. A double kill for him brings it into a 3 versus 3. And they still have plenty of time on the clock. They can let FaZe sweat a little bit here. Sui at the center of the map. Good position to be if you're going to be calling this one. Hasn't seen or heard anyone for a while in there, so let's see where they decide to meet up. Bomb is going to be picked up in the middle as well. We'll get a little bit of a sense of it here. 50 seconds on the clock now. They still have some Molotovs, but they're out of smokes. If they want to go the middle round, Henry, they can't smoke off the window. They can't smoke off the connector. Could be scary.
This is a very important round for FaZe as well. Only winning the pistol in the second round conversion. They lose this one, the money sparring once again. We have got Brokey, like he said, hasn't had the best day in the office today, but if he can start finding frags now, all will be forgiven. That's a great shot. Takes down the danger man of Jimmy. 30 seconds here. Shuey and Frozen with barely any utility. A couple of Molotovs, no smokes, as you mentioned here, and they've got to try and get past Brokey. It looks like he's hitting everything right now. This should be enough to do it. Just Frozen to find.
Yeah, the first kill on Jimmy was the really big one. Frozen, 12 seconds left. I don't think there is enough time. And Brokey, he can't miss any shots in this round. 3 kills to his name and putting FaZe back on the board. That's super, super important.
Well, there we go. They noticed there was an issue with Shuey having way too much freedom towards middle. This time, bombarding him with utility. The incendiaries, the flashes, the nades at the top. Double kill from the 2 stars you want to see fragging this game as well. Robson Twist chiming in to open things up there. Sure, got a little bit dangerous towards the end, but that was the round they had to win, Anders. Otherwise, this half is going to spiral for them. We know they're good at the recoveries, but they cannot allow another huge deficit to come through. Round 8. Full buy on either side. Money's still pretty strong, all things considered, for MOUZ. They still have $6,200 on exertion after the full investment here. Torji, AWP. Waiting for any sort of A-ramp progression here, and they're going to start inquiring about any sort of CT presence towards the steps.
Rain a little bit further back. He does have a potential backup in Rops right next to him. Wide swing coming in from Jimpat, but he's not going to be able to actually pick up the kill. Torshi, on the other hand, will take down Rops, so makes it a pretty even trade with a lot of damage onto Torshi as well. Rain did almost also drop, so I guess it's fine. The middle positioning for Exertion could be the really big one. And he kind of, in a lot of the cases, he is the playmaker for the team. There are a lot of openings that go to his way. Another really exciting player, in my opinion, to watch for MOUZ Sports, definitely Exertion.
Yeah, he's had a great tournament as well. That's the thing. All of MOUZ have looked pretty sharp across the board. We're really only talking about Rops for FaZe. Sure, others have had their moments, their clutches, but in terms of consistent performances, MOUZ have looked fantastic across the board. Here's Shuey, though. Master of the timings here. We are going to see Exertion with the first interaction towards the connector. It's going to be an A finish, and with 30 seconds remaining. I think Rain's got such a strong position. Takes the bomb down, looking for the double kill. Can't quite find it here. It's getting very scrappy. They need to try and get this plant down if possible. No smoke to cover spawn. How do they recover this?
bomb's only just being picked up now, so yeah, they're really running the clock down low. 15 seconds of the clock frozen, taken out by Carrigan. That was his first kill of the grand final right there, but it's a huge one, and he's going to step it up again. Torshi doesn't have the space for it, and also was running out of time, so unfortunately for Exertion, he can't even get anything done in the round. Carrigan, huge couple of kills. It's pretty late in the grand final to pick up your opening kill, but you know what? Those 2 kills made all the difference in the world.
Well, there we have it. A solid A defense for FaZe. They tie things up to 4-4. This game isn't going to spiral early for them on their opponent's map pick of Mirage. It's going to be a tactical timeout called by MOUZ Sports at this point, and we'll see what the money looks like. As we mentioned, should be okay for at least one more buy. Good trade from Rain at the start. He managed to do significant damage. Robs went down, but it's the repositioning of Rain, using the fact he's got low HP, hits it off angle, and takes down the in-game leader. And there's just no time to work with here. Torchy, 10 seconds, scrambling to get that bomb planted. Like I said, Carrigan plays it to perfection here, denies the plant, and gets the job done. 4-4, and we will see that full buy come through. Torchy has one more go on the AWP here. He's got Kevlar as well to work with. In terms of utility, they're pretty well equipped here, so the tactical timeout is certainly justified just to juggle around whatever they have to, and it looks like we're sending 3 players towards A to kick things off here in round number 9. Shui, this time not working towards middle. He'll be at the A ramp.
They already had the Molotov down. Grenade on top. A little bit of a crouch in. Can't believe he doesn't win that fight. Looked like he had the spray in. Sui just falling a little bit low on that one. Rain, kind of fortunate to be alive. Half the smoke got blown up, but not the other half. So I think there's like 2 smokes on top of each other in the middle there. So needed more than 1 grenade if that was ever going to work. But the opening kill in favor of FaZe. Absolutely need this round.
Yeah, since the gun rounds have started, they seem to find the opening kill more often than not. Converting them as well now. Right down to 18 points of health once again. It's Exertion trying to sneak through the connector. But Brokey is watching it like a hawk. Flashes in Rain towards A main. That might be a chance for him to sneak through and get towards jungle. This would be absolutely massive. They've got no idea, but Robs, he's on it, looking for the double kill. Significant damage towards Jimmy. They maintain the advantage here. That should be converted by Rain.
Yeah. Robs, like you said, nearly with the double. He did plenty enough to make sure that Jim Fap's going to be going down anyway. Frozen sneaking in, wanted to be a little bit secret with it. But Rain, not only beating Sui at the first outing in the round, but getting 2 more kills, picking up a triple in total so far. Now they're hunting for Torshi as well. They've actually found him. Rain hungry to get that one. It's probably worth it. Well, maybe now it's a little bit tricky. They don't have that much money in the bank, so you've got to be careful about that too. But that AWP would be delicious if they could get rid of it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this from FaZe. Quite a calm and controlled CT half. They're not overstepping the mark, and patience is paying with deadly dividends right now, especially for Rain. Like, he keeps going down to 10 points of health, repositioning, complimenting his teammates, setting up those crossfires, and gets himself another epic performance here, and the round's completely confirmed. Torchi has no choice but to save the AWP, and it will be FaZe now to take the lead, 5-4. Their opponent's pick, bear in mind, and that's where the money starts to become a bit of a question mark. You've saved the AWP, but Torji gets no extra resources. He can't drop anything. So I think it has to be the half buy, and still a deadly round. If you could maybe execute, that would be the best protocol, I think. Go for a full wall of smokes, try and get the bomb plant, and set Torji up for the clutch. So how many smokes do they have, Anders? 2. So it'll be a B execution by the looks of things here. You either smoke off both pillars, or you go for the door and the window and see what you can make of it. But it's going to be Torch to try and open things up. Looking for that jump peak. We've all seen it so many times, and that's actually pretty nice. Deep incendiary with the follow-up spam as well. Enough to dissuade them.
He wanted to get the wall bang in case anyone was down there. That would have been sick if the Molotov had actually forced him into the underpass and he's just ready. Don't know if that was the full plan or if he just improvised, but that's a rare wall bang. It's been known about for years and years, but very, very rarely see it in competitive play.
So it won't be an execution towards the bomb site here. Torchy just leaps into the loving arms of Twist there, ready to mow them down. That's the Orpra move. They know that's a chance to pounce. And pounce they shall, Anders. This looks very clean. Brokey, maybe didn't have to commit to that fully, but it should be absolutely fine. They can recover the AWP, as it will be Robs to find himself another very impressive round there. 11-7, 6-4 overall for FaZe. They've got 50% of the rounds available in this first half as we enter another complicated round for MOUZ. They've got 2 players hovering around $3,000, so might have to be a Galil or 2 in the mix.
I don't think they managed to recover the AWP. I think they had to rebuy it. I think Robs ran the wrong way. Maybe they got snapped right at the end, but I think they actually had to. Robs or Reina to drop it. Either way, they're probably still going to be fine. 6-4 here as a scoreline. Robs not quite getting the jump if he wanted it. Now he's going to be playing the underpass instead. We did see him against Jim Fat down in the underpass in a previous outing do some ridiculous dancing here, but this time there's going to be no dancing allowed. Exertion just finding him. That's how you do it. Don't try and shoot him through the smoke.
Yeah, that is more like it. First time in a while, MOUZ have had the 5-on-4 advantage. Can they maintain it though? It's Twist who's looking so strong from the short position, willing to take more and more fights here. Needs to be careful. Players surrounding him. Jimmy's got himself towards the bench as well. 1 minute 10 remaining, and FaZe will be exploring their options towards the B apartments here, trying to hunt for some information, lock them in towards the A side of the map here. Carrigan will continue with that push.
Scary prospect back to be playing up against Robs that's playing as well as he is, and then Twist coming online as well, because mechanically Twist is an absolute magician at times. Sue, that's a nice Molotov forcing. Oh my God! Twist, he's still good for the double. We said it, it's the magnificent Van Dolken back in action. I have no idea how that's even possible. Brokey back here. And Frozen's going to step right on top of him. Instant death is coming. And it's just Torshi left in the middle, 1 versus 2.
Oh my God, Twist, that was a godlike play, and now Torshi will have to go above and beyond for his team to get this round over the line. Bear in mind, it started with their advantage. They got the opening kill on the final boss of Robs, and now Torshi has to deliver here against Rain to kick things off. He can't find the shot, and FaZe, they don't seem like that semi-final affected them whatsoever, Anders. This is impressive.
Not at all. This is think about how often we talk about the concept of peaking in the right time in the tournament, right? You don't want to be absolute gods in the group stage, and then you get to the playoffs, and suddenly it's, you just can't figure it out anymore. If FaZe keep up this way, it's almost like the perfect curve that they're hitting in the grand final, which is so crazy.
And like we said, it's always FaZe that seems to suffer these huge deficits to kick things off. And every single best of 3, it's so labored and arduous. Sure, they get it done. They always seem to find their way out of these sticky situations. But finally, for once in the grand final of all times, they've actually got a convincing lead here on their opponent's map pick. It's 7-4, last round of this first half. And even with maximum loss bonus, MOUZ might be struggling for cash here. It's Twist who keeps defying the odds, but it looks like he's down and out. There's nothing left to do. What an amazing play through the fire, and it's Brokey as well. Helped himself to a bit of a freebie, and Rain, he's always so reliable. That's his sort of round.
Yeah, reliable really is the word for Rain. Like, just the kills that he's getting there. Not necessarily as flashy as we just saw at Twist, but man, it works. Now, speaking of Twist, he's picked up a secondary AWP. What a surprise for MOUZ if they come in here. They're not going to be ready for that, I assume. Brokey's on the one side, and they kind of expect him to be anchoring that B hallway, but we'll see. Really far back is Jim Fat. He does not really want to get close to it at the moment. Frozen. Oh, no. The timing's betrayed him. Robs is ready. And yeah, Twist is going to burn, I think, to his own Molotov, but whatever. They still have the lead. 4 versus 3.
Yeah, he would have taken considerable damage from Frozen en route, but still. Final round of this first half. FaZe looking for a very commanding scoreline of 8-4. Carrigan, he can sense some danger in the smoke here. Exertion waits. Will he be found? Carrigan's going to check him out. Oh no, he can't find the kill. All of a sudden, MOUZ are back in the round. Exertion looking for his second, and he connects the second headshot beautifully.
Both players knew. Oh, he's running with the fire. Robs, what a maniac. I can't believe it. He's found the shot, and Brokey's gone down. Jim Fat, he's back in action again. 12 kills to his name, and now looking for Robs. Very low on health. He should be dead, and he will be. The spray is good. 7-5 at the end of it. FaZe, they come up with a lead. They have a strong start here. MOUZ, they should consider themselves lucky to get this round.
I think you're right. Oh, it's starting to heat up now. It's been a pretty subdued grand final in the first half. There's been a lot of saving, a lot of pretty convincing rounds. But for FaZe, 7 on the board on their opponent's pick. I think they'll be happy with that. But MOUZ Sports there, they kind of steal it away. Carrigan just using the experience on the stage there. He knew something was up. He could feel the tone of the room shift. And unfortunately, unable to find the frag. And it will be MOUZ to pick up round number 12 there. 7-5 overall. But like I've said, Anders, this is FaZe. They've planted the seeds of victory. Now they need to wait for the harvest. This is the best looking half they've had all tournament long. It seems to be always recovering a 5-0 and just having to grind your way back into it. Again, entering that final map, they were, what, 10-4 down?
Yeah.
And they're actually looking like they're in the driving seat for once. But a great round to steal away. Exertion finally showing some form here. Lovely little sequence. Robs, again.
What a play.
Just doing just unspeakable things on the server. A master of Counter-Strike, and the second half begins a very important pistol. I'm sure you're all aware of that. We'll have a look at the buy and see what we're up against, as Karrigan will provide the utility. We've got a P250 in the hands of Twists as well. One smoke, one flash, nothing too technical to come in here. And with the smoke deployed, I assume towards the window position. They might just go for the A split through the connector. They actually smoked towards connector itself. What? And that's not even the P250. That's Rain with a Glock, absolutely destroying Shuey in the window.
Must have been a simultaneous shot from his teammate, because otherwise that's not going to be a kill, right? That's not going to be enough damage for the headshot at range. That's unbelievable. Exertion down here. Look at how lonely he is. Robs is going to find him with a Glock as well. The Glocks are beating the USPs, even at range in this round, which is ridiculous to think about. 5 versus 3, the bomb is being planted swiftly behind this one. And MOUZ, what do you even do here? I mean, you might almost have to call a save for the armor really fast, because they're just so far away.
Yeah, you might be better off saving the Kevlar at this point. Which is not the most exciting approach, but Jimmy's got better ideas. Finds Brokey. Frozen get the killer as well. This round's back on. Bear in mind, there'll be no kits available. Rain, strong position. Takes down Torgy towards the murder hole. Should guarantee things here, but they're being so difficult to deal with. And first defuse attempts coming through as well. So Rops will win the round, presumably, with that kill alone. But still, admirable effort from MOUZ there. Looked like they were absolutely done for in the 5 versus 3, but with no kit available. That 10-second defuse was the only option, and just hoping Rops was nowhere to be seen. But it's going to be FaZe with both pistols in their favor now, Anders. And bear in mind, on the CT side, especially Mirage, he might not force by, like there is in CSGO, getting a scout and the deagle seem to be very popular. At MR12, though, it doesn't seem justified. It feels like it's better to get the rifles out in the 3rd round. Not to say they won't do that, but here we go. Yeah, nothing invested whatsoever. So should be FaZe finding 9 rounds to kick things off here in the second half.
It's going to get really close for MOUZ, isn't it? At 9-5, FaZe are just a couple of steps away from being able to win the first map in the grand final, and I mean that's a scary thought. The buy round for MOUZ that's going to be coming up, that better be huge if they can't do it with the USPs here, and the grenade around the corner. Oh my god, that was Karrigan throwing that grenade on Exertion and Frozen, and then obviously finishing the job with the MAC-10. Torshi going to be alive for much longer here, you have to assume. Players all around him as the bomb gets planted. Wow, this is a very, very convincing round coming out.
Yeah, they weren't up against much, admittedly, but they got the job done. Barely took any damage en route and keep all 5 players alive as well. 9-5. This is the all-important round, Anders. If MOUZ give this one up convincingly, they might not have much time left on Mirage. Nuke up next, picked by FaZe, and we'll have a look at the overall buy. Certainly no chance for the AWP on the CT side, and now this is a true bonus round in its essence. Galil's, MAC-10s, yes. And as an in-game leader's dream, you can really call out a spawn at this one. You don't really want to run a default, maybe some execution and just cause some chaos on the map. Early smokes going down, and we'll see where they want to end up. Bomb makes his way towards the B apartments by the looks of things here. It's on the back of Brokey for now, so bear that in mind. And the CTs playing on the front foot, hunting for information, a double push in towards the palace, but here comes the Prince, Rops. He's already slipped the net. He's already passed the A ramp. Oh, he's not going to spot Shuey there. That's unfortunate.
What a shame. That really looked like he'd got so much map control just from sticking there. But
yeah, right.
Man, I thought that was at least going to give him the 1 kill. Even if he got traded, that would have been sick. Still in the palace, hanging around is Frozen. A little bit of a run-in with the MAC-10. It's Karrigan. He has got a knack for it. I really can't believe it, but sometimes it feels like he's just better with the MAC-10 and the MP9 than he is with anything else. Flash high in the sky, but Exertion, right place, right time, through the window, taking down Rain now. Smoke goes up, but Karrigan doesn't care. He keeps it going. It's still versus 3 on the CT side, and they're trying to get this bomb site. So a little bit of a swing there. Got to be careful you don't overextend. If you go down, there might be an opening. This A bomb site, how did they get the bomb down? Yeah, they should fall back because, well, Brokey's here, but also there's a guy in Palace still.
Yeah, it looks like that might be the call. Brokey's confirmed the B bomb site is completely wide open. Jimmy, though, He always seems to be such a nuisance of flying the ointment each and every time. And once again, he proves that he can hold on to the B bomb site with no information, no map control. He finds 2 frags and keeps MOUZ alive.
I can't believe it. He was swapping out his Galil. I don't even know what he was doing, but...
That's a good point. You're walking around. Why you got the knife? I guess trying to walk a bit faster with the knife out, but it's such an important moment there. Looked like FaZe were dismantling the defense there piece by piece. The backstab from Brokey, and we saw that in an overpass, you remember. It was in this matchup, the first time they met, it was like he had the opportunity to kill someone in the back. He pulls his knife out, pulls his Molotov out. It seems like you just need to keep your gun in your hand, my friend.
That is quite an underrated thing. I do think it's something that more people need to think about, even at a high level. It seems like sometimes something that Maui Snakes like to say, I'm just having your gun out. Just have your gun ready.
That's shocking. Like, amazing from Jimmy. Like I said, like, even when you think he's done, when he's got nothing to say in this round, like, he always seems to find a way. He's absolutely rock solid, playing years above his experience. And once again, keeps MOUZ in the running here. That was a key round for them to pick up. But bear in mind, it was the bonus for FaZe. They still have rifles here. It was Karrigan's heroic with the MAC-10. And once again, trying to push this smoke this time. Not to the same result. It's going to be Shuey that finds him.
This is the huge turnaround opportunity for MOUZ. This is really it. Not a lot of money left on FaZe. If they win this one, they bounce up to 7 and probably straight to 8 afterwards. So a lot is on the line right now. Brokey just up at Tetris, trying to take a little bit of a look over. Good flashbang setup. Even if it's not directly flashing Brokey completely, it's enough to make him turn around. Wallbang. All right, Rob's got something figured out. Twist can't really do it with Galil there. Rob's taken over. Is he done? Can you find more? He's already got the double. And he's got the right idea. Rain's walking up behind. He's going to set up a flashbang for Rain to presumably take the swing here. And it works all right. They're going to get the kill. Robs with another headshot between the two. They have dismantled the defense, and it's just up to Jimmy.
You say just, Anders. This guy, he wins these rounds for fun. This is the walk in the park for this young sensation. He is smoked off for now. Only got the flashbang to work with here, but he can find some footing here. Is he giving it up?
There is a kid there.
Oh, that's a shame. I thought the way he's playing right now, 16 kills, probably be all over that. But the bomb is ticking at some pace. He's going to go for the more conservative approach here and save the M4. It is going to be FaZe fighting their way back into the round, though. It took Rops, as we mentioned, the absolute hero of the semi-final, was just completely pummeling ends every single round. It felt like he gets 3 more massive frags here. He will be joined by Rain as they exit the bomb site. It's going to be FaZe looking very, very good here on Mirage.
Robs is playing at such a high... I can't remember the last time I've seen him. He's always been good. But what he's delivering in this tournament has just been above and beyond. It's not just the 3 kills. He is the one, he is the architect of the kill that Rain gets as well from throwing that flashbang.
True.
It is so sick, like the level of communication. As you see, as Rain is getting that one, Robs is doing more work. He's done everything in that round for his team. Unbelievable scenes. MOUZ with a tactical timeout. Down to their last one after this to try and talk it over, see if they can find a way.
In terms of their finances, Anders, I can report they're averaging around $2,500 per player. They've got a saved M4 for Jimmy.
Okay.
There's no real correct decision here. Looks like there's going for the more eco side of things. Barely even a partial buy here. So this is a bit of a gimme round for FaZe. Looking to post 11 after this one. MOUZ won't have much to push back with, but they do have Jim Fat, who is an absolute menace. He's got that M4A4 in hand as well. They're going to try and set up a play around him, a flash towards the A ramp, but bear in mind there's no FaZe presence there whatsoever. Opposite ends of the spectrum right now. We've got a 4-man stack from MOUZ towards A. FaZe getting ready to attack the B bomb site. So they've done everything correctly here. Exertion with a Desert Eagle, admittedly, but no Kevlar. See that smoke off towards window.
Look at how aware FaZe are that there could be an aggressive move coming out. They know about the finances on the CT side. They are aware that they could be taking a bit of a risk, so they spend the first 25 seconds, something like that, just waiting around, almost in T-spawn, just sort of looking for any aggression that might be happening now. Only now, at about the minute mark, are they smoking the window and the connector as well. That's a nice counter smoke coming out, though, from MOUZ, just to buy a little bit more time. It's the last one that they have, obviously.
Yeah,
but,
and you're dead on. It does buy some time for the rotations to come through, and Jimmy is the master of the B-bomb side. He's absolutely rock solid here, even up against 4 players. As long as he has some cannon fodder in the form of those USPs, he could actually win this round for MOUZ. It's going to be a difficult journey, but it's Karrigan to open things up, and everyone lying in wait. Jimmy the turret, can he deliver?
He's got it. Good shot on the first one there. He's down to half health. Some grenades are coming in, and they're feeling really uncomfortable. They're almost standing on top of him. Jimmy, how much have you got? One more headshot. But Rain is there to take care of business. They put him out of it. Now it's a 1 versus 1. 18 seconds on the clock, and Rain, rather than planting the bomb, he's hunting for it. He wants it. He almost gave it up. But he's going to find it at the end. That was a really nerve-wracking 1 versus 1.
If that was a 5-7, even a P250, I think Rain might lose that round. He fumbled the movement going through the window a little bit there. The swing could have come through. Thankfully, it's an unarmored USP. Torji the AWPer, of course, can't afford much. We said Jimmy would be strong here. He certainly delivered. He did everything he could and did so much damage. A couple of frags found, and comes down to a 1 versus 1. Rain, a sigh of relief there as he gets it over the line. 11-6, a full buy here. MOUZ need to present a perfect game from here on out. Taking damage, Torji can't find that opening frag. He will retreat back through the connector, and will be left on 47 points of health here.
Okay, just testing the smoke. Torji will get a kill. Exertion on the other side. Good to see Torji having a little bit of a say here. They do need him. Not had the most impactful AWP presence so far on the map. 4 versus 3 though, Henry. This is starting to look a little bit more interesting once again. If they can win this round, it's not done yet.
Should be around the can convert here. Jimmy spotted Karrigan. Looking to best him in the duel here if possible. And he's come out on top. That is absolutely massive. Now down to the in-game leader. Shui to try and defend, but Karrigan, he's having a monstrous round here. Cracking things open single-handedly. And it looks like that might be enough. Torji already low HP, Anders. Frozen will join him. They're not going for this retake. It's going to be map point for FaZe, courtesy of Captain Karrigan's entries on the B-bomb side.
How does he find it? He's playing against some kids that are just, you know, should be way snappier than him. He's meant to be leading the team, but sometimes every once in a while you get around like this from Karrigan. One of the things that makes him presumably such a hard player to play against, because we've definitely seen him with much less presence on the map in the semi-final as well. There were some screw-ups there, but my God.
The quarterfinals, he had a pretty weak showing, but it was those sort of rounds that saved the day. He always seems to find a remarkable entry or a fantastic clutch, and this time, one of the most important rounds of the game so far to get FaZe on map point on their opponent's pick of Mirage here. And it's going to be MOUZ going to have to post 6 rounds in a row just to take us to overtime. Stranger things have happened at this tournament alone. Bear in mind, overtime seems to plague us here at CAC 2023. But this is going to be an uphill battle, to say the very least, after a couple of opening frags as well. A 5 versus 3. Karrigan takes matters into his own hands here. What a beautiful second shot that was as well, to maybe secure the map here. We know the money's going to be low, as they're averaging, Anders, around $3,000 per player on the CT side. But bear in mind, they did save a couple of weapons there, so not all is lost.
I mean, if it was FaZe that was down 12-6 here, we'd say, well, they can probably do it. They make comebacks. It's what they do. The fact that they're leading like this, what a sign of trouble for MOUZ. Again, if you were watching today, and Des talked about it, MOUZ just looked like the stronger, more sharp team coming into this grand final. What we're seeing instead is that FaZe are absolutely ready to try and take this opening map at the very least. They're setting up on the other side. Frozen, he's got the right idea, bit of a lineup, and he's going to get the double. 5 versus 3 on this one.
Nice work from Frozen. Another 5 versus 3. FaZe wanted to set up the full execution towards the A side. The grenades still go down. Can they recover this one? Brokey seems to think so. Takes down the danger man in the form of Frozen. Rob's waiting for his opportunity to strike here. Bomb to be planted. Oh, it can't be denied. Exertion's fumbling it somewhat, but Shui saved the day. Just twists remaining, and they've done enough here. It was David versus Goliath at that ramp, and Frozen finds 2 amazing kills there to open things up there. The 5-on-3, and they managed to win a very difficult round. I like the idea from FaZe, the fact they're going for the A execution there, the knockout punch, just when the utility will be low. They probably don't have the AWP, but there, Frozen denies absolutely everything before they even get in towards the bomb site. 12-7, 5 to go, Anders.
Beautiful stuff. 12-7. I'd love to see overtime. I think MOUZ have got more than they're showing right now. Yeah, Frozen. So I like that as well. David versus Goliath.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good research you've been doing.
Yeah, I'm aware his name is David. That's all I've got for him.
Listen, that's what it's all about, you know? That's what it's all about. Round number 20 is in. We've got Torshi back on that all. Torshi, we were singing his praises. We haven't seen it yet, but I'm not giving up hope yet. We know what this guy can do.
Might have to.
Yeah, maybe. That could have been it right there. It's the kind of shot you'd love to hit to try and get the team back online. Smoke in the connector. Sue setting up. Good position to take a couple of shots over and blow it open. Oh, he's going to be able to see everything here. An easy kill on terrain. And actually, he's coming back for more. No way. Flashing himself through, running into the flames and running into Twist as well. It might have backfired. Brokey gets a headshot on Torshi, and just like that, it's a 4 versus 3, and this one could be for the map right here.
Yeah, I think you might be right. They know exactly where that player towards short is residing. Frozen takes considerable damage on route as well. 4 versus 2. FaZe might have done enough here. They definitely have now. Even Jimmy can't save MOUZ. 13-7. Surely locked in. He has got a kit and a flash. It would be one of the clutches of the tournament if he pulls this one off, Anders.
Oh, no question about it. But they are already putting shots through. It's not that they don't necessarily know that he's exactly here, but they've checked everything else. They don't actually need to know. If he had a smoke, it would be different. Anything more to work with here, but he's been found out already, and there's the kill for Twist. 13-7. FaZe to pick up the opening map of the grand final.
Well, there we have it, and their opponent's pick as well, Anders. And a good team effort. Finally, they get a good start. They win both pistols this time. They're not trailing 5-0. And Carrigan stepping up with one of the most impressive rounds he's had all tournament long to find them map points as well. Really enjoyable first map there. But yeah, MOUZ Sports, I have to say, that's the flattest they've looked all tournament long. Like, they couldn't come online. You said it. Torshi didn't really seem to have any impact whatsoever.
No.
Exertion looking quiet by his standards, and FaZe just continuing with that momentum from the semi-final. A very convincing scoreline indeed, and I feel like with Nuke coming up next, MOUZ Sports are in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, it does feel like way. Unbelievable stuff. What a time for FaZe to be peaking in the tournament. Now, we do have a whole desk ready to talk us through all of it. I'm excited.
And we are here excited with you, Anders. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Yeah, first map done and dusted of the CAC Grand Finals in a best-of-3 fashion. This was not the start you wanted unless you were FaZe Clan.
Yeah, that was more like it from FaZe. I think we made the argument coming into the tournament that MOUZ have looked like the better team so far in the tournament, but FaZe have somewhat, you know, found their footing on this Mirage scheme. I think they played exceptionally well. I think they were in control. I think MOUZ looked a little bit of a shadow of themselves without being too poor, to be completely honest. So for me, it's more FaZe playing well than it's MOUZ necessarily playing poor.
And also the fact that this is what we get to see when FaZe have a good start, right? Looking super aggressive. You look at the way they're playing the CT side. We have a player pushing into B apartments, 2 players getting control there. We have a player holding aggressively towards CAD, that's Twist. And then you have Rob just pushing in towards Palace. That's a sort of like disrespect style of play FaZe where giving the direction of MOUZ. And I agree with you, Pim. I don't think MOUZ necessarily played a bad game overall, even though a couple of individuals, which you'll talk about, kind of went a little missing. But FaZe, everyone was switched on.
FaZe learned from that first Mirage they played against MOUZ here at CAC. That's my takeaway from this game. In their first iteration, you had seen a FaZe that was very passive, that was giving leeway and freedom to exertion towards middle, that was waiting on bomb sites, letting MOUZ execute. None of that BS in that very game. None of that at all. Much more aggressive. Would it be towards the middle with double flick-flack rifle setup, with Twist being very aggressive? Or if they give away middle, make sure that you have an AWP deep angled into B apps. Yep. Have Robs push either A or B. Never really let MOUZ get into that comfortable position. And gentlemen, we did say it. How MOUZ would react if being put on the back foot. We have our answer. They didn't have the spine.
Yeah, there wasn't a reaction.
Throw your mind back just a couple of days, right, when we were praising MOUZ's T-side executes, where we're like, they slow it down, the CTs are giving them too much respect, and when they explode, it's like 3-4 kills happening almost simultaneously. We didn't have one single round from MOUZ this time around where they were able to pull off something like that off. The T rounds are winning were based off individuals clutching, you know, having Jim Hat, for example, again, going above and beyond, having to kind of drag a few rounds of direction, but that was an emphatic win by FaZe.
Yeah, and you know, Jacob, or Pimp, if I can call you that. Can I call you that?
Both works.
All right, cool. Well, dude, listen, I'm looking at this and I'm seeing a ROPS is still activated from the last series. That's got to feel good.
That's got to feel good, you know, but I see more so a FaZe Clan lineup all showing up. Kerrigan, bottom of the scoreboard, had a couple of huge impact rounds on that T side as well, closing out the game. Brokey more alive in this game. Maybe not his best showing still, but as Matthew said, he was being proactive with the AWP, shutting down certain areas and allowing for Rain, ROPS, and Twist to get the work done with the rifle. And then Twist picked it up where he left it up against that semifinal. He was nowhere to be seen the first 2.5 map. Then on Anubis found impact. Here on Mirage, by far the best and most impactful player. The double kill he got from short, you know, tucked inside that ladder room, getting a double kill with a Molotov on his feet. That was outstandingly well played by Twist. At the score, 5-4. That could have changed the game and decided the game completely so. All these things we were lacking, I guess, from FaZe Clan in the semifinal win. We got it right here.
Now, for MOUZ, you go to rebuild in this series. Yes, you want the idea. You have to run it all the way back now. If you think about MOUZ and the quality and the caliber of Counter-Strike you got on map 1, Maniac, where does it lead you to believe? What are your conclusions?
I mean, from now on, in terms of credible players, there's only really Yimpa and Frozen that have convinced me that no matter what happens, they will show up massively and they will deliver. I think, incredibly enough, Yimpa is already becoming a player that I can always believe in. My eyes closed. No matter what happened, I haven't really seen him miss the mark. Frozen, timid, average, pedestrian, but not gold. Where is Torzy? Where is Torzy?
Can't see him. Can't see him. It's nowhere to be
found. I mean, if we're going to be so critical of Brokey the last series, if we're going to say Brokey is missing the mark, if we're going to say Brokey is not having the impact, all that money that's invested towards him, we have to do the same with Torji here. That was basically a phantom on that first map, and if they're going to start on the CT side of Nuke, this is going to be much more of an input from his side.
Getting off the right foot, like that's something we keep saying about all these teams, and I feel like for MOUZ, it's the demons that might come and haunt them again, right? It's happened again and again and again. In all the way back in Sydney, it was in the semifinals. Sure, you had a stand in there. Jimmy wasn't there. You look at it online, they lost in the quarterfinals there against FaZe. Sure, again, it was online. You lost in a group stage in which you had a real chance to pull off a 2-1 win on Overpass, and now suddenly you're staring down the barrel of getting taken on by FaZe once more, but this time in the grand finals. That's when, you know, things might seep in, and the only antidote to that, Trace, is just starting to dictate the pace from the get-go, from the pistol. Win the bloody pistol.
At a certain point, I start to wonder if it's Kryptonite that is the antidote for FaZe, but that's only because they seemingly find a way in these impossible scenarios to come back and win the game, right? But not in this scenario, not in this series so far. That's what we got previously. We look at Nuke now, and I look at you, Jacob, for some guidance.
Yeah, I think FaZe and then Nuke have been, historically speaking, a strong map for them, even in CS2 from what we've seen so far. So I'm not worried on behalf of FaZe and their level. More so if MOUZ can keep up with what they're supposed to do. I agree with Blur right here. It's slow learning sometimes for a team. We had it with Astralis as well back in the day when they were called TSM. Got into the semifinals, would choke all the time. Got into the finals, would choke all the time. It took one final where they want to get over that hurdle. Maybe the same case can be made for MOUZ Sports. They're good enough to be in the semifinals. They're good enough to be in the finals, but perhaps they're not good enough to win them just yet. And as you said, now again losing to FaZe Clan, maybe there's a bit of a kryptonite playing into that one. I don't think Nuke is going to be the map where MOUZ ends the streak. I'm going to flip-flop it all and say FaZe is going to win this final.
Well,
that's too easy.
Imagine that.
Well, that's
too
it.
easy. So that's too easy.
Keep crying over there, soy boy.
Hey, everywhere. Let them cry. Go ahead and shut their mics off so I can get us to a break. So we can keep this match going. You all typed so much in chat, something about analyst stop talk, start game again, that we just damn sure did the thing, didn't we? So we go to a break. We come back. We're going to see if MOUZ has a response.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the grand final here at CAC 2023. It's FAZE that are on track to pick up their second Tier 1 trophy, Anders, as we go into Nuke, their map pick, a convincing victory on Mirage, and MOUZ Sports not looking their usual selves there. We were missing key players like Torji. Jimmy could keep up and provide some sort of fragging, but it feels like a very flat MOUZ in the first map.
It wasn't what we were hoping. They've been looking so sharp throughout the tournament, and FAZE, on the other hand, I mean, they made it to the grand final, but that semi-final was a little bit questionable, but here everything was working. It was wild. Robs continuing his form. I don't know how it's possible. He was playing so well all throughout, and he's just keeping it up. But now he's got Carrigan joining him. Like, the whole thing is working.
That's a good point there. Carrigan had some really impactful moments there, like thinking back to the MAC-10 through the smoke, the B-bomb side entries, and yeah, this is looking great for a 2-0 here for FAZE. What a day they've had. What a week they've had. So many starts to these series where they're on the back foot, that is trailing 0-5, can't seem to win a pistol to save their lives, but to open things up just when they needed most, they win both pistols on Mirage, and that's where they lost to MOUZ Sports in the previous encounter of this tournament. They moved on to Nuke in the previous matchup as well, and that's where they dominated them and won the series overall, and it looks like we're on track to do just that once again, unless MOUZ can wake up here across the board, because no one was really shining bright apart from Jimmy, and he's supposed to be your rookie.
He is. It's so ridiculous. Like, I almost feel like it's almost a problem that there isn't even like a story to build around his, up and coming thing. He just showed up on the spot, was great from like the first game. How stupid is that? Normally, you have to find someone to say, this guy has a little bit of, there's some prospect there. Like, if you work on him, if we train him, he could be good. Like, none of that. He's just good already. Obviously, it's amazing, but you're sort of missing almost a little bit of the history behind it. It's just so insane. I still want to believe MOUZ Sports, like they must have more to show. I think mechanically, Suhei had, in the beginning, it looked good, The
semis were electrifying. It was so much fun. That first map for a grand final, a little bit underwhelming. In terms of MOUZ, just like at one point, we said it in the previous matchup as well, their T sides on Mirage, it was the best I've ever commentated in CS2. It was like beautiful. Their executions, they were finding 3-4 kills on entry after the execution. We didn't see any of that in the first map. It looked like the coordination was off. I don't want to say they were choking it, but it definitely wasn't the same team we saw previously. So we'll see what they've got left in the tank here, if anything. I guess one thing they have going in their favor is they'll get the CT starts here on Nuke. Whether that's their detriment, I don't know, because FAZE are hitting very hard right now. They build up that momentum once again and get another good start here. It could be curtains for MOUZ Sports in the grand final. Done a great job to make it this far as well, but I think they'll be disappointed if it goes down in another convincing manner for FAZE, because I think a lot of people have said, like, sure, FAZE are considered the #1 team right now, but as a unit, tactically, MOUZ have looked like one of the best teams in this tournament. So we need to start seeing that right here, right now.
Yeah, there's no more time for them to really wait. They need to step it up at a big level. Somebody has to be able to match Robs in his output. Gotta say, the other problem, we mentioned Carrigan, but Twist, obviously, mechanically on that Mirage map was just out of control. Yeah. Classic Twist performance, one of the reasons why he is such a scary player. So just the trifecta between the three of them.
And Brokey as well.
And Brokey,
he was solid with the AWP. Nothing too flashy, nothing too unthinkable with the rifle itself, but he was just hitting the shots that really counted, and we couldn't say that in the semi-finals about himself. Torji on your screen there, he needs to wake up. He was an unstoppable force throughout this tournament, carrying MOUZ Sports with the AWP. Just didn't have any impact whatsoever on Mirage, and that's going to have to change. The problem is it's Nuke and his T side. He won't really get much of a chance to use it too often. So he'll start on the CT forces here. If you can put up a solid outside defense, maybe it will be enough here. But up against this hard-hitting FAZE clan, I feel like 2-0 is likely, but I would love to be proven wrong. It's just historically FAZE always beat MOUZ on this particular map.
Yes. That is a good point to bring up. It's what we've seen time and time again. I mean, I was ready. I think there was a little bit of a discussion on the desk, right? I was ready to throw my lot in with MOUZ at the start of this. I don't know if I said so, but I really thought, just looking at the form of FAZE coming into it, I was fooled as well. I was tricked into thinking, you know what, they're a little bit weak today. But they show up in the grand final like an hour after winning the semi-final. They're in the grand final, and boom, they just look so good.
Yeah, and bear in mind, MOUZ did have to play a semi-final today as well against Astralis. They got the job done. It was a 2-1, a long game as well, but they had that, what, like 3-4 hour window. I was thinking, like, is that a good thing? Do you get to kind of refuel, re-energize yourself, or are you just waiting and having to warm back up again into the game? So it's an interesting conversation there. Looks like it didn't affect FAZE whatsoever. I thought the adrenaline dump and a 3-mapper against ENCE would be too much to recover from, but they're looking stronger than ever. It's the first time they actually got a good start on a map was after that series.
And they didn't let go of it. They just powered on through.
Yeah, there was no moment there. Like, all the rounds were pretty, like, comprehensive, right? It wasn't like any insane clutches or any 3v1 slipping away. Every round they did win, it was just like business as usual. Get the opening kills, execute, bomb down, and then you're forcing MOUZ to save each and every time. Now, no one seemed to want to take much of a risk there. Like that Jimmy 2 versus 1 as well. I was building him up. I said, these are the sort of rounds he wins. The bomb was ticking away, but he didn't want to take the chance. He wanted to conserve the money, which is understandable. But in the grand final, if you're going to win these trophies, I think you have to make some of those superstar plays.
Sure. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think at the end, they just, they ran out of rounds. Maybe those are some of the rounds. It is risky, but there maybe was a chance. I don't disagree. My God, I mean, how do you, like, winning the pistol here is going to be huge for MOUZ just to get the momentum going their way. Starting on the CT side, it's possible, but it's such an elusive map. It's my favorite map, Nuke, so I'll look forward to it.
It is your favorite map, and as I can see, it looks like we are good to go. We don't have to run to our computers this time. We are ready for the freeze time itself, as we will see FaZe, as mentioned, starting on the T side here. They've got an HE Anders. That suggests maybe an upper rush at this point. You're nading open towards the squeaky door, smoke towards main, Molotov heaven. That would be amazing. We'll see if Robs wants to go for it. There's the nade and the Molotov coming through as Julies of exertion to defend. No initial rush. We're going towards the ramp room now. It's Jimmy to defend, a solid anchor. We've seen it time and time again. But it comes to a bit of a standstill. Smoke down towards main this time. Shui with the first kill.
Look at this exertion, just being shot in the toes. They actually saw him, Brokey. That's a great pickoff. Still a chance here to bring it back now. 4 versus 3. Torshi going to give the headshot, and Knife is out. He wants to stab someone coming down the stairs. Well, the ladder, sorry. Frozen there, getting a kill. 2 versus 4. This is looking interesting.
It's a bit of a mess of a round here from FaZe. Whatever they had in mind, the wheels have fallen off. There was knifing going on in the vents, and now you're right, it is a 4 versus 2. It's going to have to be brute force to try and save the day. Rain and Brokey, if they can get a plant Anders, that's a victory in its own right. That'll be extra money going forward for those Galils, and I don't think the CTs can justify a full-on swing. Bomb should be planted, so it will be MOUZ winning this pistol almost certainly. If they can take care of Rain, okay, I was about to say there's a chance against a few headshots there. Pretty nice victory there from MOUZ, but the bomb gets planted, so that means they will be up against the rifles going forward. Fortunately, 3 players survived for MOUZ as well, and it was interesting for FaZe. Like, it didn't seem like they could really work out what they wanted to do with that, with the nade and the Molotov towards main, and the opening frag on the huts as well. I thought they'd just continue off the back of it, but it was kind of a slow and labored limp in towards that ramp.
Almost felt like they were expecting for there to be an aggressive push on the CTs on the ramp, which maybe could have been triggered by the initial shots there towards the squeak door, but yeah, just looked very strange. I agree, they didn't really get much out of the grenades, so yeah, bomb plant will help them out a tiny bit here. You're right.
I would say a lot. Look at all this. We've got Mac 10s as well, so it suggests something quite quick, but Carrigan will get himself towards the hut. Lark smoke has been deployed, so Exertion trying to deal with that and jump in the smoke himself, deny entry towards the vents. We have got pretty much all the FaZe members ready to breach in towards the upper bomb site here. Carrigan so good with his Mac 10 usually, but completely blind. Robs will find the trade, and Exertion lying in wait. This was his moment. He's done so much damage. Frozen will chime in as well, and they fend them off. Just Brokey remains, and this is the star MOUZ we're looking for. 4 versus 1. 0 chance he can win this round, but maybe he can cause some financial issues. But Jimmy, he'll be patrolling towards that ramp room. Very convincing from MOUZ there, and FaZe get nothing done in round number 2.
That is so close. If they get the kill on the anchor on the bomb site itself, I think that was Carrigan leading that charge with the Mac 10. If he could have landed 1 or 2 more bullets, they probably at least had a bomb plant, and they could have been a little bit more interesting, but they just couldn't get the opening. I think it was Frozen holding back there. Either way, 2-0. And some upgraded pistols on this one, at least for FaZe, but this is the kind of dream start that MOUZ have really been hoping for, right? You lose that opening map, you want to get into the second one with a little bit more passion, and so far so good.
Indeed. Oh, okay, that's not bad either. Carrigan might get a second one here. He lined up for it. Finds that first Eagle headshot, but on the battlefield. And Brokey will find a second kill. Looks like they are probably done here. Available to them. Brokey probably doesn't need the AWP on the T side of Nuke. But MOUZ, as you mentioned, pretty much the best start they could probably hope for here. First gun round will be indicative as to which way this half is going. At least they were kept modest with a couple of frags. There's Carrigan opening things up. Oh my God. I didn't realize Frozen was actually jumping en route towards credit card there. Beautiful shot. Not known for them, but we'll take that all day long. And here we go. First gun round, first smoke deployed as well. T-side looking to maybe just make their way towards Secret. An old school setup here. A classic wall of smokes. Carrigan to provide the third.
Yeah, going to be put in right at the end. We'll see. They're going to try and blow it up. No, it's going to be a Molotov on the other side with the spray coming through. Actually, that could have been a lot more damage.
Yeah.
But they're down. They're down below. And this is interesting. They got the bomb with them. Torshi flexing that AWP, but he wants a second kill. And he's going to walk into the shot instead. Brokey taking him down. 4 versus 4. And a late kill out here for Carrigan. That's huge.
He is looking extra crispy right now. Hitting shots you might not expect from the old boy. Jimmy's in trouble. He's found Robs, and it's going to be a 4 versus 2 now. Nice smoke from Exertion to provide a little bit of breathing room, I suppose, because they are now in a world of trouble. Shui will join him. They'll control the lobby as FaZe coordinate their final play here. Should be their round all day long. Exertion, though, like I said, with that smoke down, gives them a chance to get ready for potential heaven flank.
It's going to be Sue down below. If there was less time on the clock, this I think would be a lot more exciting. But the fact that it's still 35 seconds, they should have time to set up and sort of block everything out, cover the bomb. If this was about 15 seconds less on the clock, I think Sui has a chance to stop the bomb plant, but it's very unlikely at the moment. Although FaZe are moving slowly, so we'll see if I have to eat my words here. A little bit of a kill on the Carrigan. It's a start at least. 19 seconds. Bomb not quite being planted. Yeah, there we go. A little bit of delay. 2 versus 3.
I got a feeling MOUZ might be able to pull this one off. This kill might decide it. Exertion brings it down to a 2 versus 1 now. Low HP on these FaZe players. Admirable attempt, I have to say. The fact they even bring it down to a close scenario there. Looked like they were done and dusted in the round, but it's going to be the first for FaZe here on their T-side campaign. Now, what's the money looking like for MOUZ? Some of these rounds have been very close indeed. All 5 players went down there. They've got $2,000 on a couple. So they are going to purchase up. They've got enough for an AWP and a couple of rifles here as well. And as I said, Carrigan's hitting some absolute bangers out there, Anders.
Yeah, he is.
Like that Deagle shot towards credit card. Long-range AK tap as well. Yeah, more of that, please. Absolutely. It's going to be the 4 spy for MOUZ, though. And you're going to have to rely on Torchi. As we mentioned, he didn't really step up on Mirage, but he's had an amazing tournament up against Brokey here, an interesting position as well. But it's going to be Exertion with the first frag. I dare say Torchi's got the second, but through the smoke, Brokey will find him. He gets tagged on route. Oh, God, what is that? Through the smoke, he finds Frozen. I have no idea how.
Nobody does, Henry. Nobody does. I can't believe it. I need to see a replay. Something must have given it away.
Was he spamming through the smoke? Maybe there was a few bullet holes shown, but still, that is remarkable. Exertion now. He's down towards lower. He managed to find Robs at the start, but this is like a one and done position. There's the one, and it's done as well. He's the only player down towards lower, so a good attempt. You might want to consider the save here. Might be the operative word. Shui's got past, but he gives a sound cue away. Carrigan continues to play very well in this grand final. And Jimmy, I'm afraid he is done in this round once again. He'll have no choice but to save.
Yeah, I think he was. If they could have got a kill on the other side there, it would have been interesting. Maybe they could have made it a 2-on-2 and gone for the eventual defuse. But 1 versus 3, bit of a different calculation. Not really going to be worth it. So FaZe finding a second round. That leg shot onto Brokey, that was a huge difference maker. If instead Torshi gets the kill outside on Brokey, then they just probably win the round right then and there. The fact that he got the kill for the smoke, though, I still can't really comprehend how that works.
We've got to see that on the replay. I think we need to slow motion, zoom in, enhance, just to see what the hell happened there, because he gets tagged and you think, okay, his round's done. He got the trade. So this is the first kill. You think, wow, amazing awareness here. But speak about awareness on this second flick down. There was nothing, no indication that Frozen was there.
Unbelievable.
My
That's
God.
a disgusting kill.
Yeah, and it might cost MOUZ everything here. They save an M4, sure, but it's USPs otherwise. 3-3, looking incredibly likely here. They'll nade off the door. Brokey go for the pick towards A main. Takes a little bit of damage from the nade itself, but it's okay. Where is Jimmy positioned? Off on the anchor, normally towards the ramp room. He's down in the window room right now. I think he's going to head towards Secret.
I like that. I much prefer people to be active if you have this 1 M4. I think you need to go look for something to create some of the openings for your team, rather than just hanging out in ramp and sort of hoping that people show up. But it's
all come down to the timing here. Rain's got a great bit of insights. He seems to know the potential of Jimmy, but if he goes down with nothing here, yeah, he does. he wasn't in a great position there to deal with the repeat, so they're going to have to go towards upper and try and plant before those weapons are recovered, Anders. Knowing that Jimmy's down towards Secret, they have to capitalize upon that. Now he gets his second of the round. This is a full eco with one saved M4. They've got a 5 versus 3 now, and the bomb, it's going to be denied. Oh no, this is an absolute disaster for FaZe. The round is crumbling before their very eyes. Robs to save the day once again. Brings it back into at least a feasible situation for them. Great shot from Twist. 2 on 2. Are they stabilizing?
It feels like it. Nobody had checked the site. They didn't know about the USP. What a disastrous mistake there for FaZe. Looks like they are recovering ever so slightly. Torshi showing up with a AK in hand, stolen from outside, but it's Robs and Twist to save the day. And Twist there with the first 2 kills of the second map for himself. So good to see him announce himself a little bit here in the server.
Just when it needed it most as well, Anders. I can't believe the USP almost denied absolutely everything there. Shout out to Jimmy once again. An absolute nuisance. You give him an inch, he'll take a mile every goddamn time. It comes down to an absolute scramble in the upper bomb side, but it will be 3-3. 3 in a row for FaZe now on their T side of their map pick. Money stabilizing, as we do have the Torchy AWP once again. In terms of grenades, though, they have everything they need. They're just addressing that situation now, taking the timeout. Already a map down. It was a convincing victory for FaZe on Mirage. The pick of MOUZ, 13-7. In terms of kits, I don't think we have one available. They've barely got utility here, Anders.
Yeah, they're going to be lacking some of that for sure. Lacking a couple of grenades as well on the CT side. But round number 7 is live.
The good news is they can just win one of these rounds. FaZe haven't got a huge bankroll in reserve. So, sure, they've got nice momentum behind them, 3 rounds in a row, but they've all been very close, especially against those pistols as well. That should have been a great chance for a cash injection, but it doesn't happen. Round number 7 underway here. Back outside we go. Bear in mind the Torchy AWP is time up towards the air conditioning unit.
They're going to smoke it off. Let's see. Molotov on the other side. Frozen has an HE as well. If they wanted to blow it open, he could. Torchy missing a shot, but Frozen will get one anyway. That's on Carrigan on the other side. And there's the shot through the smoke. That seems like justice from the previous round. It's rain to receive, though. And a 5 versus 3. And for FaZe, it makes it a very, very hard round to come back into.
Yeah, that can be the issue with these new school smokes. Like if it was a player, an AWP specifically towards Heaven or the AC units, they will have vision. As Jimmy, solid as ever towards the ramp, confirms the round here. 5 on 2. A minute to work with, though. And bear in mind, it's Robs and Twist, 2 of the deadliest players in all of Counter-Strike with these rifles. They will give this their best shot and see if they can make at least a dent here against MOUZ.
Yeah, make it expensive, right? Even if you're not going to be able to win the round, or unlikely to be winning the round here. Still, just trying to even take a little bit more away. There's Robs. Oh my God! He just deleted Torchy. It's unbelievable! He will get taken down. I don't even know what just happened. Twist gets another kill. Still a 1 versus 2. About 20 seconds left. They're already out. Jim Hat's already up on the rafters. Good movement. And they're going to be able to clear out the round. But my God, he just tore open space-time for that kill, Henry.
Seldom am I lost for words, Anders, but that shot was a thing of beauty. We said these 2 players were dangerous, but good Lord. Those opening kills and towards the upper bomb site, that's ungodly. We'll see them take a tactical pause. We know the money's low, but they're keeping MOUZ modest with those few frags they find. And like we said, these new school smokes have allows Torchy to have some vision over the top. It was Carrigan that tried to beat the smoke once again, blowing those smokes open. That's a nice alley-oop set up there as Torchy took down Rain, but this second shot, oh my God. Stunning.
That has to be somehow faster than even he realizes. Like, he himself must be surprised when that happens. Like, oh yeah, that happened. The rifle just with a mind of its own. 4-3 the scoreline, but that suddenly became a lot more expensive than MOUZ would have won it. Ending up with a 3-person loss there after practically winning the round already. Exertion, the spray is good. The grenade would have helped out, but either way, he was going to get the kill there on Carrigan. Now they can slow it down. Don't have to be so aggressive there. It's a 4 versus 5 once again. Still on the Mac 10. Fair enough.
They've done very well to find these opening kills, MOUZ. And oh, Zoshan, I never like seeing this one. It always scares me when someone goes with a knife in the vent, but looks like no one will be trying to dive down there for now at least. 1 minute 20. This was a force buy from FaZe. You can see it operating with a couple of pistols here, a couple of rifles. Already lost Carrigan en route. Have to do this without their captain. Very strong smoke down towards the squeaky door position just as they were getting ready to pop out towards upper. So we'll have to sit back and wait. It's rain on the roof. I assume he's going to Molotov the hut.
Yeah.
And then they're just going to make their way through. That's all they really can do at this stage. Hope for the best. There's a double stack towards Squeaky, though. Here comes the Molotov. Exertion to take the bait and set up Shui.
Rops has to get the double, otherwise this is really going to fall apart. 35 seconds, he's going to get none of it. Exertion hunting him down with the SMG. He's going to get that one. They're out on the site, and they might get the bomb plant, but they're locked into it. That's not where you want to be. They're in a dreadful position back here. Just twists on his own, and he is going to get overwhelmed. That's actually such a great round for MOUZ. Just giving up the bomb plant, not necessarily a big deal in this particular round. I just feel like having them locked in that position, you knew they were never going to get out.
Lovely stuff. You're dead on. Really good setup as well. Exertion looking strong as you like with a MP9 towards the squeaky door. The perfect weapon for the job, really. Continues to deny access towards the vents. Smoke utilization has been spot on. And this is looking much better for MOUZ, operating as a 5-man unit rather than relying on their star players. That was the force buy, bear in mind as well. So at least the bomb got planted, but it's more of the same. This time, Deagles, some Kevlar, mainly an Eco there. They've got 4 smokes, so maybe just the wall of smokes towards outside. Send everyone down there, try and get the bomb planted with rain towards the silo as well. It's Torji patrolling the outside area. He will lose vision momentarily.
Yeah, I think especially sick if you can actually get the bomb plant. You could leave one player, you know, hunting with the Deagles outside. But so far, they're not getting down at all. The hard stoppage on the Rops must be a delight right now to MOUZ every time they find a kill on Rops, no matter which round it's in. Sui with a potential, a little bit of a lineup here, and he will get a double. A little bit labored at the start of it, but who really cares? Torshi handling this, and Rain looked like he didn't even stop for that shot. Okay, so it's...
As we go 6-3, money should be stable enough for a full buy here on FaZe side now. They need a couple more rounds, I would say. 4 or 5 would be fine on their map pick. But it's MOUZ that are looking like a real solid unit here. Torji finding some good form as well. As we get into round number 10, ladies and gentlemen, it's your second map at the grand final here at CAC 2023. He's taking on MOUZ, number 1 and number 2 in the world right now.
That's a lot more respectable. MOUZ, what a wake-up call it must have been in that opening map to run into that caliber of FaZe. But now they're matching that energy a little bit.
Okay, that's a good call. So the fact that Rops is now identified, Torji is towards the ramp of the AWP right now. They might start to swinging themselves towards Secret. And that's exactly the call here, Anders. Molotov down to deny access, and Carrigan to leap through the smoke once again. Oh, God. It doesn't work out whatsoever. The wheels are falling off here. Exertion sprays 2 of them down. They got the information the AWP was towards the ramp, but they had no idea Exertion was lying in wait. Jimmy should have the advantage here against Rops. Waiting for the smoke to fade. He seemed to know exactly what's going on here. He's going to take him down, no questions asked, and gets him before the smoke even drops. It's too easy. He's got a big smile on his face.
Again, not a player with big stage experience, but certainly understood what was happening there. Brokey in a 1 versus 4, so he's maybe going to try and see if he can find another kill if somebody walks into it. But apart from that, getting the bomb plant down in a round like this could be very, very tricky. It would be nice though in terms of the round loss bonus and the overall lack of cash that they have on that side. So going to set up a little bit.
Oh no!
Absolutely called out. That's pretty sick. Jim Pat did a good couple of kills in this one too.
So the script's been reversed here. No one thought MOUZ would be able to touch FaZe on a map like Nuke. They've got on the ropes now, though. After winning the pistol, getting that 3-0 start, they offered 3 rounds in return, but now it's 4 straight for MOUZ. Just 2 rounds left of play. Money's not great, Anders. They've got $2,900 in terms of the loss bonus, so that's $3K across the FaZe unit here. So they can justify Tech 9s and armor once again, but they're looking to steal one of these rounds away. They need need a shot in the arm right now. Need to be picked up because this one is starting to slip away from them. 3 will do. 3 is fine on T-side of Nuke. 4 at this stage, I think, would be pretty massive for them. If they can find on this round, that would be impressive. Have a look back at this shot from Jimmy as well, just straight through the smoke. Rops hasn't really had a chance to get going here.
Yeah, in the olden days, maybe you could get that bomb plant just sitting inside of it.
Right.
With the HEs alive, not so much.
It's a mechanic we're still getting used to.
It is. Yeah, I think that we're not even seeing like the tip of the iceberg of what's possible with this kind of stuff. Everyone is obviously theory crafting around it, but...
So here are the Tech-9s, Anders. Once again, trying to take advantage of the fact that Torgy's being quite mobile right now. He's moving himself around the map. If they can get down towards Secret, that would be great. But that's a very powerful incendiary. They just have to run the corner. They got to take damage on route here, and it will be Rain to take the majority of it. But the good news is they've got a player in towards the vents. This is actually quite a powerful spot. Jimmy rotating through, AK-47 getting towards the silo. Xerxes to back him up as well. First frag will be absolutely everything here, and it will be MOUZ to pick it up.
He got dinked as well, Exertion. He could have been dead if another bullet had connected, so pretty scary stuff, but you're absolutely right. That first kill really changing this round. MOUZ have a good read still. They have 2 people down here. We'll see if Exertion falls. It's going to get real spicy for Jimmy, who's on the other side of the bomb site, and alone. He might have to do a lot more work than he wants to here. Nice pre-fire, but it's not quite enough. And now Jimfat's on his own.
Yeah, but he's the rock of Counter-Strike. So difficult to remove him when he's set up as the anchor. 30 seconds remaining. They have to go down towards lower. There's no 2 ways about it. And it's such a strong position that Jimmy's got himself set up with. He thrives in these sort of scenarios, chomping at the bit to find his first kill. There it is, looking for the second. Rops will find him, and the bomb will be planted here. There's Carrigan on a famous lurk of his. Finds the AWP for Torgy. Is this the round they can steal away, Anders?
And they will now. Baroki getting the shot. You're absolutely right. What a timing there for Carrigan, just as the rotation was coming in. So a 1 versus 3. He's got only the kit right now to work with. That's his only tool in the arsenal to try and get onto the site, and he's already been spotted out. Shot twice by Carrigan at that range. And again, it's the captain of FaZe coming in with a pretty big round right there. 7-4. They really badly needed this one.
Oh, they absolutely did. They needed a miracle round, and it's delivered. Pretty standard stuff, though. Like we said, Tech-9's armor, a few smokes. You could do the outside wall of smokes there, and hopefully get players down towards Secret. And it was quite a slow rotation. They had Rops in towards the vent, meaning that CTs had to come through ramp. Jimmy only good for the 1 frag there, and Carrigan with the most important kill of them all, finding Torgy on the rotation with that P250. Ignites FaZe once again. The final round of this first half. Brokey taking matters into his own hands. The first time he's had a T-side AWP here. And Torgy, like we said, he's been nimble, agile across the map. This time aggressive towards T-Red. Looking to make that first incision once more. Pretty heavily committed position.
Bit of a Molotov landing there behind Torgy somewhere. Nobody really knows that he's here, and Frozen is going to be the main distraction, so we'll see. Oh my god, they line up! 2 for 1, taking down Carrigan and Twiston. This is going to be blowing up in the FaZe for FaZe. There's nothing they can do about it. Rops and Brokey, 2 versus 4 now, as Brokey's trying to somehow flick them back into the round, looking for the kill against Frozen. But he's hard to find, and the more time that passes, the worse it's going to get. Backup started to get here, 8-4 at the end of it. MOUZ with a really impressive first half. And look at Exertion, he's got 14 kills.
Yeah, he's back, baby. Exertion looking strong. Torgy showing some great form as well. He's second in the scoreboard. Everyone turning up from MOUZ, and that's what we asked for. After Mirage, it was a pretty flat, underwhelming performance. We had a couple of exciting moments from Jimmy. That was about it. Otherwise, the rest of MOUZ looked very, very underwhelming indeed. So the fact they've got 8 rounds now on their opponent's map pick, everyone's contributing. They've had a solid understanding of what they were up against there, winning the clutches. I feel like they're in good stead here to take us to the 3rd map of Overpass. You can see FaZe starting to shrink. A lot of pressure now. 4 rounds, like I said, it will do, but it's certainly not ideal, Anders. Just look at the scoreboard as well. We've got Rain 2-12. He died every single round. Didn't really get going there at all. Twist 5-10. The top is Brokey with 10 frags, but it's moving on to the CT side now. They win the pistol. Bear in mind, if you get the follow-up conversions, then say a 3-0, all of a sudden it's 8-7. So this game is far from over in MR12, but Torgy sets himself up the collateral to open things up there. A beautiful display. That's more like it from him. Frozen as well. Little crossfire set up. Rops denied entry towards ramp once again. This pistol could mean everything for MOUZ. They win this one, we're likely going to overpass.
Feels like so much of the first half was Jimfat and Rops as well fighting towards the ramp room. Just one versus
Anders.
one. Oh yeah, they are going for it straight away. Rain has had a terrible nuke map so far, and he gets blown up, but the dualies are coming back into it, and look who's hunting Brokey, relentlessly trying to chase them down. He wants to stop the bomb plant, but he's getting shot at the back of the head. It's just 2A left. 1 versus 3, and he does get that first kill. Has the bomb in his back pocket, so he could go wherever he wants at this point.
Yeah, a bit of panic there from FaZe, I have to say, and Shui's got a fighting chance, but only 6 bullets in the Glock. USP doesn't connect, and now he does get that reload in. This is chaotic, to say the very least. It's unclear who takes it.
They don't know that he's back here. He closed the door. They have no idea. I think, did they spot him now? I think they maybe did. He's hunting for it. He's looking for it. At least he could maybe open up a space for the bomb plant here. What an elusive play from Sui so far.
Yeah, the fact he gets the bomb down, we said it before, it does guarantee Galil's going forward. Maybe he can still win this. It would be unthinkable to think that he finds all the headshots required, but it's now down to a 1 versus 1. Karrigan needs to try and best him with no kit as well. Low HP for Shui to 36 points of health. He needs to duck and weave his way out of this situation. Biding his time. Karrigan, oh, he does hit the shot. Does he have time for the defuse? I think it's absolutely fine. I didn't have quite the audio cue there, but it will be a 1v1 victory. But there was every world that he hits that last headshot and Karrigan goes down. He leaves the round with 19 points of health. A sigh of relief for FaZe there. That should have been theirs all day long. Absolute pandemonium ensues once they start jumping down the vent, trying to just force out those frags to deny the plant. It was an absolute upper rush. You could see that, but the opening frag suggests they didn't really have to chase after them in this sort of sense. And Twist, he got himself caught in a really rough spot, and fair play to Shui. He brought it right down to the 1 versus 1. He doesn't win the round, but he went above and beyond for his teammates there. Gets that plant through. They definitely have the Galils coming out in round number 2 here. So, a tactical timeout called by MOUZ Sports. They know this round is everything. If you lose this, Anders, that's the 3-0 I spoke of, and that's when we get back to 8-7. So it's 8-5 right now. They'll have maybe even the advantage in terms of firepower here, but they need to work out how they're going to operate with the Galils, with the basic utility, and maybe they just need to go for the haymaker, maybe another fast-paced strategy, something unexpected, maybe a few MAC-10s in the mix.
Whatever it takes. See if you can knock FaZe out really early on. I'm waiting patiently right now for Rain to get back into this game. He's 2-13 at the moment. He was great on the opening map, so we know he's got it, but yeah, just maybe, you know, a round of flex on them, get himself activated on this one. That'd be huge. Twist. I got this glimpse of someone there. Not that many nades either on the CT side, so not around where they can Molotov and smoke things off wherever here. Rob's holding the ramp with just an MP9 and no backup. What a prospect. Now, with the right timing, you can obviously get the jump off, you get the straight headshot, you fall back down. But he is sticking around. Looks like he's all in committed to it. Brokey, I don't know if he can even get here in time. He's the closest player by. They're going to be walking around the corner. Instant shutdown. What an opening. I mean, FaZe might almost have to save this quicker than they want.
I think so. The fact they've got 2 players down the vents quickly, it's promising at least. But Shui's almost certainly got Karrigan looking for one more as well. Twist is going to be done for. I think they have to save at this point. 4 versus 2. Rain and Brokey not fancying it. Back up the ladder they go. And it's all down to that nice, slow, calculated ramp play there. Knowing the tendencies of Robs to pre-fire towards the first boxes and exertion. He's not going to let them save a damn thing here. He wants to go on the hunt. Finds Brokey. Looking for the double spray down. Rain will survive for now. The bomb's planted. This is a massive round for MOUZ to win. As we stated before, if they could do this, after getting the bomb planted, sure, Shui didn't win the 1 versus 3, but it enabled them success here in round number 2.
Yeah, absolutely did. My God. The clean of that ramp position, I'm a little bit surprised, but I mean, I'm not going to be questioning Robs. He's been playing some of the best Counter-Strike I've seen in a long time throughout this whole tournament.
It's a pretty committed position. If he gets like 1.5 there, great, job done. If he was playing more of a position, like you said, just to get the information, drop down, that might have been more welcome in this particular situation, but he didn't anticipate the 5-man pounce towards the ramp, and of course the pre-fire as well. And that's going to be a huge round for MOUZ to find. Only 3 players survive as well, so that's going to be interesting going forward. We've got a rifle in the hands of Rain, but in terms of the cash, I think they have to force buy back themselves now. So pressure onto FaZe once again. 9-5. Lose this one, you're full eco. And then just a couple of rounds away from defeat. This is the clear from Shuey. Like I said, he's probably aware of the tendencies of Rops. They've already played Nuke against his team once. Exertion. Worthwhile hunt. Sure, he goes down at the end. The fact he denies a rifle for Brokey, that is absolutely massive. So it is the force buy.
They've been playing Nuke, but they have not been able to win Nuke against FaZe. That's the reason why going into this one, everyone's a little bit nervous for MOUZ, but they are putting it together very nicely at the moment. Decent grenade outside there. Exertion, he is the main man to take down at the moment on the MOUZ side of things. Sui taking some liberties inside, just with the MAC-10 washing through, and Rain unable to do anything right now. He's still only got 3 kills. It's Brogy with the Deagle, and that M4 is lost outside for the minute. Rops, how much can you really do sitting inside of the flames? It turns out absolutely nothing. One headshot would have maybe given them a little bit to work with, but this is again MOUZ just powering through the map and making it a 2 versus 4.
Yeah, just a matter of time before MOUZ pick this round up, I'm afraid. Twists with the CZ down towards Secret. Brokey, Desert Eagle already found a kill in towards ramp, but yeah, this would be a complete fumble if MOUZ gave this one up somehow. Torji, M4, patrolling the vents. And just biding their time. It's absolutely okay. Want to make sure they get everything covered.
I respect this a lot for MOUZ. Why give it up? Why not just play it super safely? Don't make any real assumptions. You can lose these rounds. You're up against some really, really hard-hitting players.
Both CTs down towards lower, though, so that bomb will be planted. Round done. Double digits. And FaZe might just be better off saving the C-Dead and the Deagle, because, like I said, it's full eco going to the next round. They'll be getting $1,900 per player. And the scoreline will be 10-5. This would be another historic FaZe comeback if they can do it, because the chips are down now.
Is the M4 still in the yard, or did they actually throw it away? All right, there we go. So nobody picked that up on the MOUZ side of things. That's probably what FaZe are thinking about, just hoping to see if they could catch that at the end of the round, perhaps. Although MOUZ are aware that that is a potential play. Frozen is nearby to try and stop it, so doubt if they're going to be allowed. Yeah, there we go. All right, he's going to steal it for himself. And I guess FaZe, they've heard the footsteps. They're realizing we're not going to make it up those stairs really ever, so... What a brilliant second map for MOUZ after they look so defeated on that first one.
Yeah, displaying great character.
Absolutely.
Bouncing back as a unit as well, not relying on an individual member. Everyone looking strong across the board here. Exactly what the doctor ordered. This might be another tactical timeout, you never know, but as mentioned, FaZe can only really bring a CZ and a Deagle saved in the previous round. 11-5 looking very likely here. They have a couple of pieces of utility, a flash and a smoke, most notably. 2 players towards main. Nothing giving away the start here. MOUZ is going to be smoking off the choke points, then Shuey opening things up. Nice shot towards Brokey.
One of the main themes we've been talking about in CS2 so far has really been how many, you know, back and forth rounds there have been. I must say, both teams, when they have the lead right now, they seem to be doing a great job at holding on to it and not giving up too many things.
Right.
CSAM will do a little bit of work here, but...
It's not a bad frag, to be honest with you. If they can recover that rifle, they might be onto something here, because how many resources can you invest into patrolling an AK-47? I'm not sure you can provide too many, but Carrigan, just as the USP here, had to take the full eco. His money was bottom of the barrel. He had $50 before he came into this round. Smoke's going down. They'll cross towards Secret. There is no CT presence down towards lower currently. Carrigan would do very well to even do any damage at this point. Even if he connects, only does about 6 damage, but there's the AK Anders.
Okay.
Do they want to save it, or maybe try and pull the rug on MOUZ Sports here and rotate down towards lower? It's very telegraphed where they're going. But where is Twist? He stayed towards upper for now. It might just be better to save the rifle going forward. Carrigan, the solo hold, 1v4, USP no armor. Good luck, my friend.
Maybe some really quick headshots on this one. He did open the door at the right time, but the USP is just not the kind of weapon to get a multi-kill in that position, unfortunately. Okay, well, they're kind of showing up to the spot. There's a C-set from the one side. The AK is down on the ground again. So a little bit of an attempt. You look at the clock, there's only about 6 seconds left. So I guess if they had done more of an impact here, maybe they could have just bled the clock out. Would have been maybe possible.
It was certainly worth it. With like the 15 seconds left there, they pounce and get a couple of kills, and there's no chance to plant. Yeah, they maybe steal the round, but very well handled once again from MOUZ, 11-5. As we will see FAZE limping into the next one here. They won the pistol and lost that second round. It's like a death sentence on the CT side in MR12. Your money just gets absolutely wrecked. So 3 in a row now, and they will have a bye, but not much of one. You can see they've had to sacrifice helmets pretty much across the board. Barely any utility. Not a single diffuse kit out on the field right now. And this is MOUZ looking to post map point.
Compare the two scoreboards right now. It's such a discrepancy between MOUZ and FAZE. Just Brokey is doing a little bit of work, but everyone else from FAZE is way further behind. And MOUZ are absolutely coming together as a unit, so that tells a bit of a story just on its own. They're 2 rounds away from taking us to a 3rd map of the grand final.
It feels like it's locked in. This is the way grand finals go sometimes, Anders. Yeah, you have 2 pretty quiet maps, pretty one-sided affairs, and you get a banger in the 3rd. Because, MOUZ looked weak on Mirage. Now FAZE haven't really showed up to Nuke thus far, but they are the masters of the comeback. Bear that in mind.
That is something we've been crediting with as well, so maybe we could see something like that.
Like, that's when this grand final really starts to heat up. If FAZE can win this round and start to claw their way back in, you never know. Karrigan, the first to be tested in towards lower. Passes the first test, and I don't think he can get away. Didn't reposition, low HP in the open. He'll be dropped. 4 and 4 technically favors MOUZ, especially when there's no utility to speak of on the CT side. Literally no grenades, Anders.
Yeah, that's a bit of an issue.
It's a massive issue.
Smoke up on the one side so we can focus on this, and I think Rain knows it. As soon as he sees the smoke, he's realizing it. They're going to be peeking right at me. We're down to 30 seconds. That is not a lot of time, and that is a player spotted out there. The bomb is coming up into the yard, and it's dropped on the ground with only 20 seconds. Rain, quiet performance from him on this particular map, but that double kill, I think it gives them the round. There's only 17 seconds. I don't think they can get the bomb and plant it at the stage. They're trying their best to open it up, but there's so little time to get in the kills. What on earth is happening? But the bomb is just so far away. Robs, just stay hidden and you're going to be fine.
Oh my God, they almost gave it up, Anders. They will win the round there, but what cost? The money's going to be so brittle going forward. That's a hollow victory if ever I've seen one.
Yes.
Like Jimmy come out and spanks you with a couple of headshots there. He kind of feels like, yeah, you know I really won that round. If we had the bomb, you know I'm winning this round. And yeah, it was great stuff from Rain.
17 and 4.
Henry. Great patience. Manages to find those 2 kills. They overlooked the garage position. FaZe needed that desperately, but now they've got an auto shotgun and MP9. This is another must-win round. It's a fully equipped MOUZ Sports here.
Let's go. Auto shotgun in play. I know, Henry, you're not a fan, but
hey, in this sort of situation, desperate times call for desperate measures.
That is true.
I know there's one map the shotgun does do some serious work on. It might be Nuke.
Well, it's Jim Fat through the smoke, taking down Twists. I'm assuming there was a little bit of action on the other side. He's got it in the vent, so we'll see if he can find something. He's going to be notified by Rain that there's something coming up behind him, so maybe he could reposition in time. Yeah, he's already good for it here.
All right, Anders. This is the true test of the auto shotgun. If he can find both of these kills, save the day, I take it all back.
Okay, well, he set it up for himself. The slate has been wiped clean. We'll see if he's going to be good for it. Brokey setting up for the first one. Exertion instantly blown up. Torshi's next in line, but he's going to beat it. A good and even trade there, and I think they'll take it. 4 versus 3 still, and about 55 seconds. Rain checking the yard and calling in. They're not falling back, so they've got plenty of time, though, MOUZ.
Yeah.
This is still looking solid.
There's no CT presence down towards lower whatsoever. Is that shotgun enough to dissuade them from going to a lower bomb site? Do they sense it's a setup here? Time will tell. Time's of the essence as well. We've got 30 seconds. If they go up the vents here, it could be very problematic for them. The fact that the solo door is clear, they've got this smoke down now, I think that's round done. Because Jimmy's got the ramp as well. They've got all the extremities of the map covered.
Yeah.
And they're going to find Rain, no problem. So yeah, that's going to be map point locked in. FaZe starting to shrink here on the CT side of Nuke, only posting a couple of rounds. It was the pistol, and then the round they should have had a real comprehensive victory on. They ended up giving up 2 kills away, just winning it by virtue of the clock.
It's a factor, but it happens that much. Yeah, you have you have some sense for how the game is played. That's hard to describe. My God. They're really doing it, Henry. MOUZ on a comeback. I think they haven't taken down FaZe or Nuke before.
I think they've already done it. FaZe are the ones looking very flat now. Bear in mind, these teams are going to be exhausted. They've both played arduous games today, especially FaZe, just off the back of a 3-map banger against ENCE. They went the full distance. They already had to provide an amazing comeback. And you can see them starting to falter here on Nuke. Some of their stars dropping off here. We've got no one really in the fragging department looking too scary. We've got Brokey at the top with 13 kills, but then it's everyone else single digits. Right, Rain's recovering his game, 7 and 17 now, but it's Twist 8 and 15. We just need to see a bit more out of them. But they're going to need 6 rounds in a row. And if ever there was a map to do it on, CT side of Nuke, it's possible.
Was that a Rain voodoo doll that he was?
I think I missed it. I was looking at the scoreboard. I just caught a little figurine and I came back. Maybe it was.
I'm just saying, I don't think it's in the rulebook. I think if you can use voodoo to make one of the best players and the other team worse, then go for it.
Yeah, well, it seems to be working, Anders. See what he can do. Normally patrolling towards outside, and he's had a rough run of it so far. Exertion with assertion out here. Gets himself towards T-Red. There isn't much of a pushback. The CTs haven't provided any aggressive stance towards outside. It's just going to be Rain trying to find them through the smokes, delay them with the utility. Got that M4A4. One of the few they have. It's SMGs otherwise. Twist, Carrigan, and Brokey operating with the MP9s. Grenade does no damage as MOUZ just trying to bleed FaZe dry here. Get rid of all their grenades. They know the money's tight. It's a bit of a desperate position from Rops as well. Commonly checked, commonly pre-fired. If he gets away with it, what a play will be, but...
Torshi, if he hadn't swapped the gun out there, I think he just probably has that kill. You're right, it is commonly checked. Rops had a really hard time on his Nuke map. Everywhere he's gone, he's run into either Jimfat to just beat him over at the ramp, or like this, running into Exertion, who's the other top performer on the MOUZ side for this particular map. So, first kill, 4 more to go here, and MOUZ can see a 3rd map in the grand final. I'm so impressed. They really did get beat up a lot on Mirage, but it didn't deter them. They're right back in, full energy and full steam ahead at the moment. 28 seconds. That maybe is the only problem here. They're running the clock a little bit low, but there's nobody down below from the CT side. Rain's going to get a kill on Frozen. Oh, but here we go. We're back. Sniped by the MP9. 16 seconds on the clock. They need to find this bomb plant right now.
Yeah, here we go. The plant will come through almost certainly, but the CTs are hunting. I think they've done enough here to kill. You never know. Maybe he can clutch it out. Guarantee the map, but it will be FaZe.
Yeah, the first guy on the bomb side was so low on health that the MP9 was able to burst him down at range. This kill here doesn't, I think it's fine for Rain, but obviously, and then Carrigan, I don't know where he found the kill on Jimfan, but he did.
Wow,
tremendous.
The campaign starts here. 5 required from FaZe. Finally, a bit of firepower behind their setup as well. Got AKs, orbs, everything they need. It's their map pick. Just got to take it 1 round at a time.
Give him credit to Rain as well. He started to come alive. He really had a bad start to this map. I hate to say, but it's true. But he's up to 9 now. He's playing such a pivotal position out in that yard and towards Mini, so, you know, having him play well is essential to this defense. All right, yard smoke, a little bit late being set up, that's fine. We were running low on time in the last round, but got plenty of it now. It's going to be Rob's put to the test once again.
It's a difficult position to find multiple frags from here, Anders. Good to get the one, but now you're out in the open, surrounded by T's. And he's done very well indeed. This is more like it from Robs. Steals away the hat trick. Leaves Chewy in a 5 versus 1 here. A solid ramp hold and a clean sweep for FaZe as they start to stand tall here on Nuke. This is more like it. They've sabotaged the finances as well. We're not done here. 2-0 is still on the cards.
Fighting for overtime is FaZe. And you're absolutely right. Getting a multi-kill on that one. You're so exposed. The right-hand side of the box was being held by an AWP. The AK was chasing him down on the other side, but he still found it, and he got some backup right at the end. finds the triple. It must be a real sigh of relief there for Rops. Because, again, it's been a tough game for him as well.
That might light the fire beneath him, though, Anders. Like, he needs these sort of rounds just to get in the zone, get himself fired up. Leading by example, Rain starting to chime in as well. This is a beautiful kill through the vent. No celebrations just yet for FaZe. They're not feeling it until they get to double digits. But now they're starting to get stronger and stronger. This is the Royal Flush setup. You've got 4 AK-47s and the AWP on the CT side. If ever you're going to bring this game back, this is the start of that campaign.
And they finally have money for actually all the grenades. I don't think they've had that yet on the CT side.
So we're not done here yet.
Miserable.
We are not done by a long shot.
Let's find out. This one especially should be a lot easier. Tech-9 and an AK and not that much else to work with. Torture with an upgraded pistols, but otherwise should be one of the easier rounds for FaZe to pick up. Timing, smokes outside. They're going to be coming through the hut with 3 people. That's a good spray. That's just timing alone. They don't lose a single player, and Brokey gets to warm up the AWP, gets a double kill for himself. 12-9. You can almost feel it coming. This is FaZe specialty.
Yeah, you can see their body language changing. Starting to sit upright. The fist bumps coming through.
You know, something that the analyst desk brought up earlier in the tournament is one of the cool things about FaZe, because they do so many of these comebacks, is the fact that it's not a question, it's not a conversation. Do you think we can come back? Like, no, we've proven it 10 times already that we can. So of course we can do it, right? You don't have that doubt in your brain. You just know we are the team that could do it. So that must be an interesting way to play the game for sure. Not many teams are going to be able to do any kind of comeback like the ones that FaZe are, but they're trying for it one more time.
This is how they like it, Anders. 12-6 down. And now with 3 rounds in a row. Absolutely everything they need to make this comeback a reality. Rob's starting to feel it. They've got the AK-47s. The perfect weapon for the job for the one-taps. Rain patrolling outside once again. It's a Galil for Frozen. Bear in mind, he went for the hero AK in that previous round. Didn't do much for them, didn't get the plant, so has to make do with the lesser of the rifles here. Great job from Rain. Good disciplined re-peek there. Didn't overstep the mark. Confirms the 5-on-4.
That's exactly what they wanted. And of all the players they could have taken down, it's Exertion as well, the real playmaker, who's been opened up so many rounds on this map for MOUZ. Getting rid of him is going to be a huge deal. Twist, does he see it? He does see the hit, and Suhe's in a lot of trouble. The Molotov as well, forcing him back. They can't really do anything about it. Down to 40 seconds, and Rops. It's just, I don't know how, think of how many times Rob's lost the fight over at the secret position, and all of a sudden, they're winning every single one. And it's just a save. They can't do anything.
It just goes back to that fact, like I said, like, yeah, FaZe won the pistol, but in MR12, without any sort of economic adjustments in CS2, if you lose the CT pistol and then you lose that to the second round force buy, you're just spiraling at that point. You have to force buy. You're at the bottom of the barrel. That's $1,400 loss bonus, and then you can't really get online. Like financially, you can't bring the ore power. You don't have the grenades on a map like Nuke. You need the incendiaries. You need the AWP, and yeah, as soon as they get all the resources online, finally, they start showing us why they picked this map. And now that 12-6 lead's been cut down to 12-10. 2 more rounds, and the money, it should be in a questionable spot. They'll save some weapons here, but this might be for everything. If MOUZ give this one up, in terms of their loss bonus going forward, and they'll have maximum loss bonus. So if they at least get the bomb down, they'll have money going to round number 24. But this is another great resurgence from FaZe.
I wonder if the fact that they weren't really hunting, apart from Rain, is a real reflection of the fact that they didn't want to give up the AKs.
I think so.
Plenty of money, right?
Because they're dominating right now. In terms of the one-on-one duels, having an AK-47 on a map like Nuke on the CT side is a massive asset, especially towards positions like ramp for Rob, so you can actually play the railings, you actually take some challenges. Instead of getting the dink with the M4 and having the drop off, you actually get straight-up kills. Same for Rain outside as well. He has the range to work with now. This is where Brokey can really show us his dynamic play as well. If he wants to start moving around and tag out with Rain towards outside, start dominating that area, that would be very interesting. It's going to be the Force. Tech-9 for Frozen. Galil for Xerxen.
You know, it's got to be in the back of the MOUZ Sports players' brains as well. This feeling of it's another FaZe comeback. It's happening to us now again. Why are they doing it? You must be wondering, how are they able to find these rounds? All it takes is one mistake from FaZe here, and it's a third map, and the grand final continues, and you're going to have to put in even more work on Overpass. But We'll see. Rain, can he find it again outside? They are setting up the wall. He is combining with Brokey, who's not going to be able to see that much out here. Oh, but they go before the smoke is up, and that's a big mistake. 2 kills, and now the HEs to blow the smoke wide open. It's an absolute disaster in the yard for the MOUZ side of things. Shui, the last one left. They went early, and they went down.
Yeah, that's a good point. It was a prime setup as well. You had Brokey taking all the aggro for Rain, and he gets the information. They cross before the smokes bloom. A double kill upon arrival. MOUZ will pull 1 back, but it leaves Shui in-game lead up in a pretty much impossible scenario. And as you mentioned, trying to hold on to those AK-47s is absolutely vital here. They've looked so deadly. Can Shui get the palm, though? Oh my God, he might be able to do something with this one. Going for it. Twist. He might get a bit more, as he will be taken down in the end. Great attempt there from Shui, but unable to get that plant down. As I mentioned, that leaves them with just the maximum loss bonus. If you see, they've got $3,500 per player going forward here. It's round number 24. They might actually do it, Anders. 6 rounds in a row was required, and now they're just 1 away. A beautiful spray from Rain. He was 2-12 at one point, but now he is roaring into life in this grand final. And Twist make sure the bomb doesn't get planted, and that is absolutely crucial. Can they do it? Can they bring us to overtime and reset everything? And look for a 2-0 in the grand final.
Speaks to the caliber of a player like Rain. If there was any doubt about what he's all about, then those doubts have been extinguished here.
We're going towards ramp. They're going to test dropped.
Is he just playing in the corner? Yeah, he's not even boosted up. Oh, this is really interesting, but there's Twist firing a couple of shots. Good headshot. It's Jimfat on the ground.
Oh, no.
He's ready for more. They put him to the test, and he's passing with flying colors. Torshi getting it back finally, but he might have been too late here.
Yo, Brokey's here with the Deagle as well. This is kind of insane. This could still fall apart. There's a chance for MOUZ to win this one, even though in this is 3 versus 2. Torshi and Exertion have got enough to work with here, enough wiggle room. 1 minute remaining. They've got a smoke and a flash. You thought Rops's efforts there would be enough, but maybe it's not. They could still come crashing down at the final hurdle here. Good nade.
Yeah. Frustrating when you're stealing yourself ready to try and win a 2 versus 3. You don't really want to be down to 66 health there. 35 seconds. The clock is running low, and Carrigan up close and personal. He just barely misses the timing. 30 seconds on the clock here. They're walking in, but Torshi gets shut down. And Exertion, he's alone. 1 versus 3. There's no way he can bring this one home. 20 seconds now, looking for more. He gets a second one, and he picks up the bomb. He's running down below. Oh, this is a great move. 1 versus 1, but Brokey, he's already read it. He sees it coming. He's looking for that. Oh, overtime. What a headshot to do it with.
An absolute masterclass from Brokey, 1 step ahead. And it looked like the 1v3 was possible. Dives down the fence, trying to cross towards the bomb side. Ice cold. As he denies absolutely everything on the cross towards the bomb side there. They've done it, Anders. From 12-6 down, the reverse sweep. Everything's reset now. FAZE remain on the CT side as we go into overtime here. $10,000 per player, and FAZE are cooking here in the grand final.
Unbelievable. We talked about the personal comeback for Rain, but Rops was just as bad in the first half, or nearly just as bad. He wasn't doing that much towards the ramp either.
What a shot.
So sick, isn't it? Look at this. Not that long ago, Brokey was the only one that was doing real work in that first half. But the second half, it's been very, very different.
Gotta say something, Anders. We've been singing Frozen's praises throughout this tournament. He's currently set at 8-14. Everyone else in his team has got like 15+ kills. Like Frozen, I was getting ready to big him up. I thought he'd have some massive impact here. But we need to see if he can start to come to life as MOUZ have given their lead up. It's going to be very difficult to recover this one from a mental point of view, right? They're going to have to show some real tenacity now. Similar to FaZe Clan. Round number 1 of overtime is underway. Now, bear in mind, like I said, 10K star money. Lose 2 rounds here. The third is pretty much guaranteed. We're going for the rush. It's Brokey to be tested. Doesn't hit the first shot. Jimmy certainly will. Twist. Absolutely mauling them from the half position here. It looks like they've got themselves the lead once again. A 4 versus 2. Damage being inflicted towards the squeaky door. It's just Torshi and Shui remain. This upper rush has done nothing for them.
It's a cool idea. You come out into the overtime, and you just try and put some speed behind it. You change the pace, but somehow FaZe were ready. good couple of kills coming out there right at the start. And that is a huge difference. Now, they didn't get to steal too many AKs in this one. They had the AUG on Rops, I believe, but that's, I guess, another thing that over time changes. Now you don't have the AKs to play around with like they had at the beginning or the end of regulation.
You can see there's a reason why every team, like Molotov's the hut on these sort of rounds, right?
Yes.
So Twist doesn't have a shooting gallery like that. It looked way too comfortable for him. I think that's more of a Hail Mary call from MOUZ Sports there, trying to change the pacing up going into overtime, but they've now given up that huge lead, 12-6 in their favor. And now 13-12 in favor of FaZe. Rain changing his position here, changing the stance. He's been very passive, defensive towards the garage, towards Credit Card. Now playing in towards that glaive position, and Brokey's going to set him up as well with the orb towards Secret. This could be absolutely everything. If he gets flashed in especially, this could be very difficult for MOUZ to recover. He's going to spot one, but Rain with that covering fire now, looking for the double kill. Robs will help him out, and FaZe are looking impeccable. But still, a couple of kills are found. We bring it back to a 3-on-3.
Recovery for MOUZ. This round was practically lost. I think they heard Brokey running and they wanted to hunt him down, and nobody ever checked Rain in that position. That's so crazy, but still, 3 versus 3. 55 seconds. The bomb. It's on Toshi. He's making his way through the yard at the moment. Suhi is opening up the map on the other side, but Rob sees all of this coming. I don't know how early you have to wake up to try and catch Robs off guard, but he's well aware that this is one of the few positions right now that's not being covered by anybody else. If they come up the ladder, they might be dead, Henry. This is going to be very hard to defeat Robs in this one. They're setting up for it. Suhe wants to be up for it. Oh, the spray is not anything but perfect, but still gets the job done. 25 seconds.
Yeah, and now that means you can't really be too tricky with this one, MOUZ. You just have to work it out. Brute force required, and Jimmy cracks open the upper bomb side once again. That might be enough to win the round in itself. It's the AWP of Brokey that was down towards lower, makes himself known, and Jimmy with the hat trick delivers the goods once again for MOUZ.
My God, what a time to go alive. He just ran onto the bomb site and picked up the double kill to begin with. I think he ended at 4 kills in that round to complete it with 13-13. Now looking for the first team to hit 16 on this one.
Oh, this is such a done deal. There's an opening 5-on-3 for FaZe as well. And Jimfat just absolutely destroys them. Look at the confidence. Look at the awareness. As we get into the final round of this first half of overtime, MOUZ are back online here. Their first round in some time. Courtesy of another impressive Jimmy sequence here. Exertion not wasting any time to get down towards Secret. Makes it there. Brokey waiting for him though. Should be his frag, but Exertion hits very hard indeed with this AK-47. Does he dare swing any further? Brokey might get caught out here. Rob's calling for some backup towards the ramp. Needs to try and mow them down with that AUG. An absolute master with the weapon. That should do it. Does he need to re-peek? He seems to think so. Going for more, and it cost him his life.
That's probably too much. Brokey still, he didn't get caught off guard. You're right. There was a real chance for Exertion to find him there. A team kill onto Jimfat. Not that I think it really matters. I think Robs might have had the spray down no matter what there. They lined up on top of each other. That's a labeled spray. Oh my God.
I think if he dies it, that might have even cost him the round.
It could.
That was really scary for him.
But they're solid. They're doing fine. I'm surprised to see Robs re-peeking that one. Usually the last player to try and do something like that, but at the end of it, it's going to be absolutely fine here. Frozen looking for a 1 versus 4. Like we said, he's not had the best game here on Nuke so far. This would be redemption if he could do it. They know where he is, and he's only got 30 seconds left. Oh, a little bit too quick for Brokey. I don't know why. The bomb isn't even planted. It's not even been attempted yet. Silent drop down. He's set up for it. He wants to find another kill, try and make it a 1 versus 1. He slipped the net. He's just walked past. I don't think they realize, but Carrigan, he is moving back and he's looking for the spray. It's going to be good for it. My God, that got closer than you would have wanted. But FaZe, they take 2 out of 3 rounds in the first half of overtime. They are on their way for the full comeback.
Frozen, as mentioned, hasn't had the second map in this grand final he would have liked. If he wins that 1v4 though, good God. That would have been fantastic, but it is Carrigan finding a couple of key frags there. Yes, a labored spray, but they all count. He gets a final frag as well. As we switch things over, it's 2-1 in favor of FaZe. As Anders mentioned as well, first 16 here. They can just get 1 round on their T side. They guarantee at least double overtime. It's another Sensational comeback here from FaZe. 12-6 down. Here they are with the lead in overtime here. Arguably should be 3-0 in their favor considering the round they gave up.
Yeah. This has just become part of the DNA of the team, is making these comebacks. What a frustrating experience to play against. Even with the lead that MOUZ had, it looked rock solid for them. They were locked in regulation right up until the point when they weren't. We'll see what happens now. No A or Eric. There is one on Torchi. I thought him bought one. I was getting real confused, but he does have it. See if he could find some kills here now that he's back on the CT side. Very deep in the garage, so if they forget to throw the smokes or go early like we saw MOUZ themselves do, maybe there is a way. Going to be coming through the smoke, and actually Su is just hiding in the corner. That's a nice kill onto Robs.
Great opening frag, but Twist has got one in response.
And they saw Carrigan. They're going to be calling it surely that someone has to rotate back down. Twist didn't get blown up by Frozen. Exertion, they're going to drop down, but they're well aware. I can't believe he wins the fight. He couldn't see through the smoke. I don't think so. He should be dead right now, Henry.
He absolutely should be. The walking wounded, though, will retreat back in towards the upper bomb side. Now it's down to Carrigan.
Did they really not see him? I'm so shocked that nobody moved.
Oh, he's the master of the flank here, but is there anything even to be found over in this ramp position? I don't think so. Maybe he can find the orb. He's been spotted now. Torchi will fire off a shot. It looks like MOUZ has done enough here. Xerxon will confirm the round. They know exactly where Carrigan is. Don't think he has it in him to win this 1 versus 4. Jimmy will take him down, and it's going to be all tied up. 14-14. 1-0 for MOUZ in the second half of overtime here. A CT campaign continues. They're looking much happier now. Tactical pause.
Can't believe they have one.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well, to be honest with you. But this is more like it. This grand final starting to deliver now. It's on a knife's edge. Overtime in the second map. FaZe are going to put it to bed. Get the 2-0 after an arduous tournament. Bear in mind, it opened things up. Their game against NIP Anders was 28-25, the longest recorded CS2 game on LAN, on Ancient. That was the way they opened things up here. Didn't look good for their campaign here.
No, it didn't.
At CAC, but here they are fighting back once again. And they were down, I think, in that game, 11-4 as well. So they've just had so many of these disappointing scorelines, but somehow, some way, they find that the tenacity, the mental fortitude, whatever you want to call it, they get it done. And here they are in overtime. But it is MOUZ answering back as they tie things up 14-14. What's up next here for FaZe?
This next round's going to give you a little bit of a mental break, too. If you win it, as you said, you at least secure double OT.
True.
AKs across the board for that T side. They are really far back on the map. Nobody really wants to even get close to the yard at the moment. Sneaking their way in. In regulation, we did see Torchi play aggressive out in that yard. He got that cool 2-for-1 shot with the AWP, so I'm not really blaming FaZe for being really, really careful about this one, although you could tell Torchi's quite far away from the action. Gonna set up a Molotov. This seems to be sort of the go-to play at the moment. Molotov, then HE just to try and create an opening. But there's nobody out there yet.
Oh my goodness, CT's on high alert, and Carrigan, Rob spraying them down. They've been on Earth, and it's the AWP that had to find a kill there to stand a chance of this retake. Rob's patrolling the vent, smoke down towards the hub, bomb to be planted, no problem. 5 versus 3. The round comes crumbling down here. MOUZ Sports, I think they might just have to save like it's overtime, sure, but I just don't see a world they get back into this one. Torchi, he'll be found as well, and that pretty much signals the end of it. Brain doesn't have to challenge this fight, but he'll take Jimmy on regardless, trying to remove the AK-47 out of his grip. And they'll give this their best possible go.
You have a smoke in a kit, there's always a way, but it's very unlikely. Frozen and Jimmy coming back into it, they're trying! Oh my god, that got a lot closer than I was expecting, but Carrigan and Twist will hold on to it. It's 15-14, and we are 1 round away from FaZe winning this grand final. If they could do it in overtime here, what a shock, what a slap in the face it'll be to MOUZ Sports.
Championship points. There was Carrigan coming in from main as well. Just as they went off in that smoke, it's been such a nuisance for FaZe, but they get a double kill on entry. Fair play to MOUZ. I thought they would save the AK-47s. That didn't look winnable whatsoever, but their money's fine. It wasn't a financial thing, but We'll see if FaZe can close things out right here, right now, or we go into double overtime. One more round will do it for FaZe. Orba Torji going for the big play here. Tucks himself in towards the hut. Scary position for the Orba to be in.
Very much an exposed position if you miss the shot. But again, what a big play it would be if he could open it up and make it a 4 versus 5. Those opening frags are worth so much. It also means he's not in the yard to take any kind of a fight, so it's interesting to see how this will play out. So far, he's found absolutely nothing. Instead, it's Exertion. Found the kill on Robs, but they are going to make their way down. Not with the bomb yet. That's still in the yard. That's actually going to be running out now, so they have a weird round here, FaZe. A little bit of a spray for Jim Vat. He's going to be able to take down Rain. Should be dead. Grenade around the corner to find him. I can't believe he's still alive. And Exertion to save him. Oh, my God. We might see double overtime here. 2 versus 5. Certainly, Jimmy should have been dead in that corner, but somehow the chair blocked most of the damage. And it's going to be an almost impossible round here, Henry.
Yeah, they've got Torshi, though. First kill, no problem. Bomb to be planted, smoke down towards main. There might be something to be said about this. If they can close things out in this manner, it would be absolutely astonishing. It's now down to Brokey, 1 versus 4. Master of the clutch himself, but he's got nothing to say here. And it is going to be double overtime. MOUZ Sports hold on. They'll stay on the CT side as well. Disappointing round there from FaZe, never really got going. That chance to close things out in 2-0. They'll remain on the T side now. Sigh of relief for MOUZ.
You know as well, for both teams, like you said, it's already been a long day. Now you're playing double overtime on the second map. If it goes to a third, I mean, that's where you're going to get tested to the absolute limit. Even if you're an experienced player, it's hard to play this much and at this high of a level and just keep the focus all throughout. And Exertion finding some of these kills absolutely huge as well.
Well, here we go. Getting back into the action. I don't think there's any more timeouts available. You get 30 seconds in between as we get ready for the carnage to get underway once again.
You know, if they wanted to change the pace themselves, FaZe, which is what I think MOUZ trying to do, that 1 round rushing the hut, you can try and rush A main, but from the silo, which is one of I love that strategy where you just try and you slide off the roof, you try and get there really quickly, and you throw a lot of the same grenades anyway that you would for sort of a squeak rush, but you're just coming in from the other side. We'll see what FaZe come up with here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the grand final of CAC 2023 continues here. Double overtime. FaZe looking to find that 2-0. A prize pool here of $500,000. It's MOUZ, a bit of a hell of a fight. Normally, FaZe are the absolute favorites here on Nuke. There's a chance they still give it up here. We've gone the full distance. Good flashbang to avert the gaze of Torji. Twists will dismount from the silo. These lurk smokes been such a nuisance on either side. And Frozen once again, positioning himself towards the secret steps.
Exchanging some Molotovs here, but nobody really crossing yet, so they're starting to cash on FaZe that every time they throw those double smokes, there's going to be a Molotov and an HE to follow, and you just don't want to be caught behind it. It's such a deadly combo. Already used a couple of times from really both teams. So they're going to re-smoke it once again, hoping that there are no more HEs.
Yeah. Pretty smart stuff here, actually. That's the kind of benefit, I suppose, of now having to have the 2 smoke wall of execution. But it's going to be Torji to find Carragher, who's trying to sneak towards that garage position. 5 versus 4. In-game leader dropped. 40 seconds remain here. They haven't got much to speak of in terms of control of the map. Otherwise, it's Robs who will have to try and make his way out of the hut. His teammates trying to provide some sort of aggro towards the squeaky door. It's Rain. A key jewel here. One he won't be coming out on top of. I say that. He somehow recovers the first shot. Exertion on top of the hut here. They're starting to drop. They know there's a player on top. If they find him, Robs might be onto something now. The AWP in towards upper. Torji will drop down, and they've got the man advantage. They're going down towards the lower bomb side. I think they are, Anders. Yes. They're really onto something now.
This forward position is so hard to read. Yeah, you know the bomb's back there, but you have no idea that there's already a player up close. It's Rain sneaking through. He won that fight. Oh my God, I thought he was dead as well to Frozen. Maybe he should have been. And Rob's coming out of the hut. There wasn't the Molotov on the hut once again, so Exertion had every chance to get a couple of kills there, but they're going to lose the round. Jimpat going down. FaZe, they win the first round here in the second overtime.
I can't believe Rain hits that shot.
Yeah,
he misses the first couple, and you think with Frozen's position there, the fact he has such an advantage with the angle, he can duck and weave and only present his head. The recovery was remarkable. It gives Rops a window of opportunity to make his way out of the hut, and you can see Xertion had no idea, and Rain to close things out as well. It's the first round of double overtime going in favor of FaZe. And if they can get the 2-0 here in terms of 17 to 15, the money will be very weak for MOUZ. A 3-0 could be available to them.
That is so worth pointing out. We saw that.
As you can see, $50 on Torgy, 800 for Exertion.
Yeah.
Like, they'll have nothing. Oh no! How has Swiss hit that shot? He has no business winning that duel, Anders. He takes the dink, and with lightning fast reactions, he adjusts his aim, takes down Exertion. That might be enough to win this round for them.
I can't believe it. I absolutely can't believe it. All of the element of surprise with the Exertion, but it wasn't enough somehow.
There's no way he should be winning that.
Well, listen, they're down below with the bomb, Henry, and they've got this lobby ramp position. So, Sue, if he pushes up and gets this kill, maybe there's a way back. He might even get the double at this range. Good spray. He will get the double, and that's going to bring it back 4 versus 3. Now, they're probably going to get the bomb plant here. This round is not done for, but Sue, he just gave them a chance to maybe win it. There's a little bit of a duel being set up. This is dangerous. Jimfat actually taking a bit of a risk here. Grenade around the corner. Carrigan and Brokey, 2 versus 4 with a bomb planted, and it's early in this plant. They have time, MOUZ, to get this retake on. They have smokes and Molotovs and everything else you could possibly want. FaZe, I don't know how you win this round. Surely this is going to be a retake coming through. Yeah, Brokey needs to hit every single one of those. The bomb is ticked a little bit further now, playing with the door on both sides. Smoke is up, and they are getting the defuse on the other side. They just can't break through. Oh my God, it is close at the end of it, and still going to be the round coming through for MOUZ. They had to struggle to get, if not for Suhei, I don't know if they win it.
That is remarkable. It looked like FaZe had that one under lock and key, Anders. The opening frag, the pounce down towards lower, no CT presence, but you're right, Shuey taking matters into his own hands there, finding the double kill. FaZe were caught with their pants around their ankles at this point here. Flashes out, no one watching towards the squeaky door. And all of a sudden, Jimpat arrives at the scene of the crime as well. Now, I don't think they had a kid in play as well. And if Brokey just hit one of those AWP shots, Anders,
yes,
I think he saves the day. One of them had to connect. He had 3 opportunities, and they all narrowly missed. It's got MOUZ Sports back into this one now. As I said, if they got that 2-0 on FaZe, there'd be no money. They would have been broken. A very disappointing finish there for FaZe. So much going in their favor. And look at the confidence now. Jimmy.
I love it.
He's got full lobby control. So early on, this is massive. I don't think anyone will be anticipating this sort of position. Baited in by Torgy as well. FaZe might be done for here.
Why not do it? He's winning every single fight you get him into. He's got 30 kills. Why not just put him at the forefront and try and see if you could cut FaZe in half? Although, speaking of which, they're cutting the map in half. This is a huge tactical advantage for FaZe on the T side. They've got such deep control. One good kill here could actually break this defense wide open. Exertion, he's got the smoke down in front, but when it fades, yeah, he's so exposed. Good on him to get the kill, to be honest.
The fact he even gets one is impressive. It's down to Rops now. Didn't expose himself, was aware of the potential danger on the other side here towards the lobby. Bear in mind, it's the AWP of Torchy, which he's going to find. A player still towards Squeaky. So aware, though. He just bails on the situation. That's the correct call here. Doesn't want to go down alone. Keep them on high alert towards the lobby. 30 seconds remaining. Final rounds here of the first half of double overtime.
There's only 26 seconds. They're checking it from the other. They're looking for Jimpat. They know that he's here somewhere. They just can't really find him. Finally, they do. And I think Robs, he faked the sound running away. They come back to find Jimpat. They're going to find Frozen as well. 15 seconds on the clock. And down below Sue, he's just so far away. Bomb is going to get planted here. And a FaZe, I don't know how they can possibly screw up this round. Sue,
I don't know. There's been a couple of interesting moments, Anders, but I think you might be onto something. This one should be absolutely fine. Robs goes down early, though. Great pre-fire, but it won't be quite enough. 2-1 on their T-side campaign here and double overtime. Sounds like enough to me.
It could well be. First team to 19 is what we're looking for now. Just in case you lost track with the new format and everything else. I think they spent maybe 40 seconds, maybe more, looking for Jimfat in those hallways, in the lobby. They wrapped around from the outside to try and catch him here. That's how sure they were that he was there. And Robs, if you notice, he ran back, trying to fake that he was going outside, and then he comes back in with the rest of the team to look for it. That's how seriously they take him as a player.
It looked like such a sick setup as well. You've got Jimfat set up, Torji covering the AWP, full lobby control, all the information you could possibly need, but it was Rain ducking and weaving through the smokes, slipping the nets, gets up, finds Exertion, and all hell breaks loose. Rops managing to find Torji in towards that lobby position, and Jimmy was only good for the one. He's had such a great showing. You can't expect him to find a hat-trick every single round.
Well, especially not when they bring the whole team to catch him. Like, that was the whole point.
Yeah, right. It's just like we've got him locked in here. He can't leave.
We have to find him, yeah. And to be honest, in regulation, Robs would lose that fight to Jimfat all the time. He was so rock solid holding the entire ramp area. So I don't really blame Robs either for saying, I actually need a little bit of help to make this work. 17-16. FaZe 2 rounds away here in double overtime. It's a grand final, and it is delivering right now. This is exactly what we wanted. MOUZ, they need to strike back early on here in the second half of overtime. Rain with a little bit of a chance, but he really came alive towards the end. Exertion offering himself up, walk right into the shot, and it's down.
He's such a beast, man. Like, what an absolute veteran of the game. 2 and 12 to kick things off. Looked like he wouldn't recover, and now he's just dominating outside of an M4. Looking so comfortable.
Came up with Krims, Olofmeister, and the rest of them. And
way back in the day.
Think of how long he's been playing at such a high level. It is ridiculous. Robs is setting up for it here. He's got the M4. This is dangerous. He swings a little bit wide, and there's 3 people to receive him on the other side. Suhei, no hesitation, will take him down.
I like this. They're pouncing down towards lower, but can they get past Brokey, who hasn't been hitting the best shots in the last few rounds? Seems to struggle down towards this lower bomb site. Good smoke to provide some self-preservation, I suppose, but he's completely surrounded. It's down to Carrigan, the captain, looking to deny the plant. Oh, maybe he can do it, Anders. Oh, he can do everything here. Brings it back to a 3 versus 3. The bomb does not go down, and now there's a chance for the retake. Rain offers himself up for free. Twist and Carrigan remain.
That might not have been necessary. A little bit panic coming through. Exertion walking through, taking down Carrigan. It's all on Twists now. 1 versus 3. And they're going to find him at the end. Frozen sends him down to a watery grave. And MOUZ win the round. Absolutely critical. That was a rare moment of panic on the FaZe side. But I think they were just looking for the fights.
Yeah, Carrigan. He couldn't have picked a better timing as well.
Sick.
He finds the planter. The orb misses a shot on him, a double spray down. And if they could just help their nerve there, not maybe force the issue, maybe there's a real chance to find championship point once again there and then. It's Brokey. We haven't seen him outside too often. That's his presence known, though. Why have to reposition himself? 17-17. It's map points once again, whoever wins this round. Bear that in mind. The money's low on the CT side here. You can see Brokey fully invested. Sub $1,000 as well. You won't be getting much. If MOUZ pick this round up, FaZe will be in a lot of trouble. Must win round, really. We're going for the outside execution here. The 2 smokes. Shui will deliver both of them.
Yeah, Brokey's going to get that news in a second.
Oh, I think they missed one. Yeah, that's not supposed to go there at all.
Oh dear.
That's a massive issue.
Yeah, they have to use another one now to dodge the AWP, so they can do that, but the problem is that's a smoke that you might need later for a bomb plant or for blocking off in the after plant. It's not just for free that you get to do that, it can cost you later on. Brokey. Patrolling the yard still, kind of playing 2 positions at once. And the clock running down very, very low at the moment. Oh, this is making me nervous. There's 3 people on the bomb site itself. It looks like they're going to try and make their way through mini here, Henry.
I think they have to. They're smoked off for now, though. There's so much CT presence here. Swiss will be first contact. Molotov out of position does significant damage. Jimmy with that first frag, but still it's going to be a scramble towards the bomb site itself. They're finding all the shots on route. Brokey needs to deliver here, but somehow, some way, they've made this work with 15 seconds remaining. It's now a 5 versus 1. FaZe don't put up any resistance in the upper bomb site whatsoever. And MOUZ Sports run away with it. They post map points once again. And bear in mind, the money is absolutely ruined on the CT side. In terms of loss bonus, they will be receiving $2,400 into the next round. On top of practically 0 Robs who can drop an M4 if he stays alive here. But if you're MOUZ, everyone's hunting CT spawn. I don't think he survives this one. You should be taking Robs down here all day long.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not already doing it. This feels like a mistake to MOUZ. Why not just try and chase him down?
I think they're waiting for the bomb to go off, and then the sound cue for Xerxes. You can't really hear his footsteps. Maybe he goes for a swing then, but no. Ooh. Doesn't fancy it. So there is a lifeline in that regard. Robs could even drop an AWP. I think he might have to, but the thing is, Brokey hasn't had a bad game, but in those real clutch situations, hasn't hit the shots required. But I can't believe this. Like, they flush out Twist, and then all of a sudden, no kills found. We had 3 players in towards upper, and not a single response there. MOUZ hold their nerve, and now FaZe need triple overtime.
One of those situations where you wish Brokey would have stayed on the high ground just for the elevation, just to make it real hard. Oh my God, he actually got the shot through the smoke. Not a kill onto Exertion or onto Torshi, but still, he tagged him up. And this is it. MOUZ with a chance to find a third map right here. The opening could be everything. They're walking the yard. They're not even throwing the smokes. Nobody knows that they're down below. Rain, he's deep back there, but normally you hear the smokes going down. You call it out. You say, all right, the smokes are up. They could be down below. This is going to be a little bit of a surprise, surely.
If Brokey wants to explore the trophy room, Jim Fat will take him down all day long. It's a very difficult position to flush out. There's no utility, and he needs to step up as well. Look at their setup here.
Yeah.
Famouses, SMGs.
If Brokey dies, there's no more defense with the B-bomb side. They're going to wrap in on either side and plant the bomb. So Brokey is the one key in the map right now. He has to get this kill, and he has to stay alive.
It's a difficult spot to, like, survive. He'll get the first kill, but how can he get away? They're going to pounce on him here. They actually don't. They allow him to live for now. And he might be on for the second here, and is absolutely starting to step up when they needed him most. Triple overtime looking very likely here. Shuey coming from the lower bomb side. Will at least make the round competitive once again, but time is of the essence. Torshi will find one as well. Carrigan should secure things. They know exactly where Torshi is. He's got no chance. It looks like 18-18 all day long. Torshi knows it as well, and Robs confirms it. Brokey does find some incredible form just when they need it most. A double kill there, and we reset it all once again. Advantage to FaZe. They stay on the CT side this time.
You could see how close they were coming from below. If Brokey gets traded, that's it, right? They just run the bomb down. They could probably get past the org almost certainly. What a huge one. Double overtime into triple overtime now. We keep it going a little while longer. That first map was a little bit too one-sided. It was FaZe really beating up on MOUZ, but now Henry. Now the grand final's delivering.
So was this one, to be fair, Anders. It was, what, 12-6?
Yeah, that's true.
It looked like it was going to be another underwhelming map, but...
FaZe working the magic.
FaZe working the magic, yes, indeed. Carrigan with the FAMAS and the flag. They had to operate with very little there. SMGs, FAMASes. It was Robs. If he didn't say that org in the previous round, bear in mind, Brokey wouldn't even have that AWP.
True.
That's the only way. So that's why I was pointing out that key fact that he survived with $4,800, had the org himself, so he could actually bring the AWP out for Brokey. That's such a massive detail. And now, like I said, FaZe remain on the CT side. You might even give them the advantage here. Such a long day of CS for both these teams, both being through a 3-map semi-final themselves. Exhaustion starting to set in, fatigue.
Imagine what a ridiculous test it is for Jim Fat as well, in front of a huge crowd for the first time like this, and then playing triple overtime versus a team like MOUZ. This is just, you know, test by fire at the moment. Let's see, a lot of noise being made running past here. Knives out, they're not ready for it. Rain and ready to receive though. Double kill. Sue he thought he was quicker. He thought he got there right away, and that no one was going to be down secret, and that was a big mistake.
Yeah, you'll take that all day long if you Rain though. Was going to go inquire about T presence towards secret. Gets himself a double kill. And Carrigan stepping up now. A brutal kill to find as well. That's Jimmy with 33 kills to his name. The young star has been removed from the equation. It's down to the young veteran, Frozen, joined by Torji as well. And we'll see if they can find any sort of footing into this round. 50 seconds remaining. Still on the knife's edge. If they get Brokey in towards that window room, they'll have a chance to plant. And with the AWP up, you never know. They've got smokes. Molotov towards the vent to deny the rotations. Has to be this lower plant now. They'll smoke in front of the silo, presumably. Frozen being given the unenviable task of trying to get that bomb planted. Good shot from Brokey. 4 versus 1, that should do it.
Yes, it should. Brokey actually restraining himself a little bit here, waiting for the backup. That's what you should be doing. Don't go in one at a time. That is never going to be worth it. Torshi, he's still got a chance. They think he's fallen back, but he's still hanging out at the edge of the smoke. Oh, he's going to be found by Robs. All right. Good job from FaZe. They win the first round here in the 3rd overtime.
That's the way to do it. A player of Torchi's caliber, he can win those 4v1s. Especially with that smoke down. If you run it in 1 by 1, he's going to hit the shots. He's going to hit the no-scopes. So FaZe do very well, displaying great discipline there as they post the first round. Triple overtime. You can hear my voice is starting to go a little bit as well. This screaming and yelling as Rain.
Yeah, there's no holding back here.
Yeah, this is real nice performance from him. Like, bear in mind, he was 2-12 and now absolutely leading the way. Ooh. High impact kills. Great finish from Rops. Looking to find back-to-back Tier 1 trophies after a phenomenal victory over in Sydney. They made it all the way to the grand final here in Shanghai. And it's Brokey towards that ramp room once again. Starting to wake up, showing us that AWPing prowess. Jimmy wants a taste by the looks of things. They didn't do well here before.
Yeah, that's true. They couldn't get rid of Brokey. And you said, you know, it could be hard to, you could get 1 kill, but usually get hunted down. They didn't hunt him down last time. They gave him a chance for a second one. Wide swing, but he's got Robs there to back him up. It won't matter. Exertion gets a kill on Rain, but it's Frozen to pick up Robs, leaving Brokey alone towards the ramp.
Great
Twist is
shot.
going to get out duel. That is a sick shot, you're right. Carrigan and Brokey, 2 versus 4, and MOUZ answering back. This is looking a lot better for them. Still a minute on the clock here, so plenty of time to try and figure out where are the remaining players.
All right, Brokey, what have you got for us? An audacious heads-up play with the AWP. Yields the next frag. 3 versus 2. Cuts MOUZ down to size. They'll have to go towards the ramp from here. Oh, Brokey's had enough. He's had enough! He's pushing the map everywhere. Back to the 2-on-2 now. They have to go down towards lower. 30 seconds remaining. No CT presence at this side of the map, but Carrigan's en route. He managed to deny the plant before. Can he do it once again? It's an open plant in the smoke, though. They've got kits. Carrigan makes his way towards the window room.
Well, I can't believe it. Brokey's brought it back into a 2 versus 2. That bomb plant is real fresh. There's a chance for Carrigan, but he's not quite finding it. Yeah, this is the common position. They're surely going to check it. Carrigan, I can't believe Frozen gets shot. There's Carrigan with the one, and Torshi, he get wall banged. They can shoot him through the wall down here. That bomb is really ticking. There's a Molotov at the back.
Molotov.
Is it going to spread? It's so close, and there we go. The fire consumes him. The defuse is on, and they brought it back into a 2-on-4, and now they've won the round 20-18, Henry. They actually accomplish it.
I can't believe the spread goes in its favor. The Molotov looked like it was way too deep. A tick of damage, though. It's Brokey who's the hero of this round. Just taking matters into his own hands, brute forcing his way into the second round victory here in triple overtime. Carrigan with the Molotov, the perfect Molotov, it seems. And now, looking for 3-0 on their CT campaign. This could be enough.
Oh my God. Molotov was made better by the fact that it lingered a couple of seconds before it spread.
Right. Just when you thought you were safe, he drags you back in.
Oh my God. This is everything to FaZe here now. MOUZ, they will have money being on the T side here for the 3rd round, but some damage on the Frozen at the start of it. Well, Brokey taking a little bit in return himself. Rain, let's see what he can accomplish. It's up to 22 kills. Again, he had an absolutely miserable start to the map. And they are going to set up some grenades to try and see if they can make the crossing. But this position for Rain is designed to look over exactly this kind of a smoke. So we'll see if they're going to be ready. It's Robs at a distance. And Rain, that's the only kill he needed right there. Taking down Exertion, 2 versus 4. I mean, FaZe won a round like this just before, but for MOUZ, this is going to be a hell of a lot more difficult.
Oh, yes, indeed, Anders. 26 HP on Frozen. Torji with the AK-47, no AWP available. Frozen's gone. Carrigan outmaneuvers them. It looks like they're locked in here. The perfect flashbang. Carrigan to close things out in style as well. One more round will do it here as they post 3-0 in the CT campaign at triple overtime. A right smile from Rain as well. He knows they've got this one in the bag. Their game to give away now. What a great resurgence from him. He's up to 23 kills at this point. Robs, solid as ever towards the ramp. showing us how to use that org in an effective manner. The double kill.
It's huge, isn't it? Absolutely huge. And even the reposition for Rain, he saw it coming before the smokes were even down. He was up in the container ready.
Well, here we go. 30 seconds to catch their breath. What a day in the office it's been for both of these teams. 3 maps, semi-finals on either side of the server. Long, arduous battle for FaZe, especially having to recover at 11-4 scoreline against ENCE in the 3rd and final map. They did it. They got themselves to this grand final. And it's come to triple overtime. There still could be another map of play as well, but they put themselves in the best possible position to finish things right here, right now. Carrigan, lovely little sequence here to find that final kill. And do MOUZ have anything left in the tank? That's the question. It has to be the perfect game. FaZe have set the bar incredibly high.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They have to play flawless Counter-Strike for 3 rounds in a row to try and get this into a 4th overtime. What an ask in a grand final on the 2nd map. Now you have to rediscover all of your strength and try and put this one together. And Frozen, making a bit of a run for it out of the yard. That's a dangerous move all on its own. Again, like we said, one mistake could cost you the entire grand final here. But he is set up for it.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen many Molotovs thrown to this position, actually, which is something that usually happens a lot. But yeah, they're going to be pushing right into him. He's good for the 1, but that trade is probably going to be worth it. A lot of damage, though, onto Rain. The CTs quick to rotate down below as they can sense what's coming next.
Oh, it's on a knife's edge here. Oh, Torji runs into Robs, and now just 3 more kills remain, Anders. Is this enough? Towards upper they go, and bear in mind the CT's leapt down towards lower.
Oh, no. You're right, Henry. They're all trapped down here. They can't get out. The vent. 2 people are waiting. This is disastrous. A 2 versus 4. Make it a 1 versus 4. FaZe with 1 more kill to find. It is Jim on his own. And the bomb is going to get planted here. FaZe triple overtime. They're hunting for him, and he's on his own. They know exactly where he's coming from. This is a spectacular, a vintage FaZe performance. Hunting through it, and they go down. It's FaZe, the kings of comeback, Henry. They've done it. They've won the whole championship.
Unbelievable. Time and time again, they pull it off just when you think they've got nothing left. A resurgence, showing true veterancy. And it's going to be a great team effort. 2-0 in the grand final. They were down but not out. Every single time it looked like they were done, Anders, they still find a way to make it work, and that's going to be gutting for MOUZ to give it up.
Absolutely. How do you mentally recover from that? They had every chance to do it. They have such a lead on Nuke, but FaZe prove that this is what they're all about. They've done it all tournament long, and they do it to it here again in the grand final. What a spectacular performance it's been for FaZe. They absolutely deserve this. We need a question about it. What a caliber of team, Henry.
And bear in mind that their first game against NIP with a broken roster, it went 53 rounds. Overtime again. They were down 11-4 there at that point as well. And each and every time they find the mental fortitude, that tenacity to bring these games back in their favor. And once again, it's back-to-back Tier 1 trophies, cementing themselves as the #1 team in the world right now. As they walk closer to the trophy, what a performance in this grand final. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting your winners of the Counter-Strike Asian Championships 2023. It's FaZe Clan!
Sorry.
Neo, let me start with you. 3 championships now back to back. Undisputed #1 team, and you coaching them into the new version of Counter-Strike. What does it feel like to stand there with that in your hand?
Sorry?
What does it feel like to stand with that in your hand?
I mean, this team is amazing. These guys are, grinders, and it feels great to be among such players.
And what's it like for you? Because my God, these games are stressful. The overtimes, the back and forth. How do you put up with it?
I mean, even though they look stressful, sometimes I just believe in them and know they're gonna come back at some point. And we're mentally very strong, and we just play our A game when it gets tight.
也是问到3连冠感觉如何？就是连续一路打过来，现在也是没有任何争议，就是世界第一。然后也是说到，就是感觉非常棒，这里的选手也非常好。然后接下来个问题也问到，他们连续打了这么多、这么长、这么焦灼比赛，是不是很累啊？他也说到，就虽然看起来很累，但实际上就是有这么棒的队员，每次都打得这么有韧性，无论什么情况都能够打回来，是真的非常感觉非常非常好。
Twist, another trophy lifted with these gentlemen. Is there ever a point where you guys don't believe in making a comeback?
I think that's just the FaZe way to always believe. It doesn't matter if we're down like 5-12 or 3-12. We can always do it. And another comeback in the bag. Another grand final in the bag.
And many more to come.
Yeah, I think the next one is looking pretty good at the moment, I would say. But we still have to work hard, stay humble, and get the job done.
That's certainly what it's all about.
就是无论在劣的情况下，他们总是能够找回方式，总是能够打回来，这也是属于 FaZe 的一个方式。
Rain, for you, the longest serving member on FaZe. You've been through it all, you've seen it all. How does this one feel to do it in Shanghai in front of this crowd?
No, it feels so good. I've been to China a couple of times now, never won it, and it feels so good to actually win here.
I love that.
作为 FaZe 的元老，已经来上海的次数非常多了。那之前一直没能够在这次捧杯，那这次也算是圆梦了。
Brokey, have you seen all these KFC memes the Chinese fans are making? You like that?
Yeah, of course. Thank you, guys.
Did you try the KFC here?
No, I'm trying to stay healthy.
Oh, okay.
大家应该也听懂嘛，就是有很多他这个梗图，然后他有没有在这里吃过？然后他也说没有。
Is there anything you want to say to all these Chinese fans that absolutely adore you?
Thank you, guys, and see you next year.
Mr. Robs, providing feedback for our game, understanding our game, and I want to say you seem to be enjoying the org a lot as well.
Org enjoyer, what can I say?
That doesn't need translating. Everyone knows what that is. But for you right now, we talk about you geeking out, right? We talk about you spending time on this game. What is it about this team that can still make you win championships, even with all this stuff going on with the game?
Definitely the chemistry and the atmosphere and the mental resilience we have. I mean, even now, 12-6 and Nuke, it's a classic phase.
It definitely is.
就是 Robs 也很喜欢钻研游戏里面非常多的东西。那在现在版本更新速度这么快的情况下，他们怎么还是能够稳住？然后也是说到，就是刚像在 Nuke 的时候，无论落后多少分，他们总是能够打回来，这也就是他们这个队伍的特色。
Carrigan, how is your heart and how is your stamina?
Yeah, I feel like 23 years old again with all these comebacks and all this stress and always adapting, but super proud of this team.
也是问到他的体力如何，然后觉得自己回到23岁了。
And in terms of that, right, when we look at what FaZe is achieving here in CS2, you guys look unstoppable right now. But what does it take from inside the camp, from the likes of you and Neo, especially during this is 2 games you played where you had to play back-to-back games on the same day that was certainly not easy?
No, I mean, at this point when we went into them, like, of course, the game has to belong against ENCE, and of course it has to be a comeback 2 times in a row. I mean, this is just how we operate, right? Whenever the pressure comes, we start playing really good, and we start to be more calm. But obviously today was a rough day. We played 2 days, and really long 2 days, to be honest. But what can I say? Super proud of the win streak we have, and just looking forward to get back on the server and work, because we have played more Nuke in official games than practice right now.
他们每次这2天打下来的赛事时间都非常非常的长，然后他们教练跟 Kerrigan 也是做了很多的准备，然后就是他们发现这2天很长，可是就是虽然再长，可是每次他们总是能够打回来，差不多。
And Carrigan, for all these rumors around what's going on with the roster, you keep winning, so surely it has to stay together.
It's hard to say. We have no idea what's happening, and we just have to keep enjoying. And I think we just enjoy playing with each other. We have so many ups and downs, but if I have to be honest, we had so many ups with this team, and I knew when CS2 came out that we're gonna refine this happiness of playing with each other and grinding the game, and you see it pay off as we're the best team in CS2 right now.
他们队伍也是有很多高潮跟低谷，可他们非常享受跟彼此一起打比赛的一个感觉，一起打游戏的感觉。那在版本变动之后呢，他们想要重新找回这个热情。然后当然刚刚也是说到，就是他们 Nuke 正式比赛打 Nuke 的时间比他们训练的时间都还长。
Okay, let me ask you this one last thing then, Carrigan. If it was your choice, you want to keep everyone together?
I mean, it's very hard to put me on the spot here, right? What can I do? We have to let it up for the gods, and let's just enjoy what we have achieved here today, and that's whatever we can do right now.
Well spoken as always.
如果他有选择权的话，他是否会维持这个阵容？然后刚刚也说到这个问题稍微有点难回答，那只能看了。
Shanghai, make some noise for your Counter-Strike Asia Championship 2023 champions, FAZE Clan!
Yeah, just taking in that ambiance. Something very special. FaZe Clan have done it. Not only have they survived what was a test, a certain test of performance, endurance, stamina, all the things there in between, skill as well. They also win the CAC, and they're looking damn good.
I mean, the difference here for me, and I think Rob said it himself, mentality. No matter how bad it looks, no matter if one player might have a rough game, 2, 3, doesn't matter. They don't just seem to give up. And it's easy to say, just never give up, never say die. It's almost a meme at times. But these guys, they manifest it. They make it happen. And that is a difference between this particular FaZe team right now and every other team in Counter-Strike.
Problem solvers, and also being able to stomach rough losses. I think throughout this game and all of the overtimes, lesser teams would have cracked under the pressure because most of these players that have ended as heroes had zeros moment in that game. You think about Brokey, how long it took him to warm up into the game. You think about Robson, how he actually got bested by Impact at the very beginning. But the rest of the team bought time for them. They stayed in it for them. They allowed them the moment to come back into this game, and then suddenly it's Brokey with crazy moves, crossing smokes, it's Robs with the AUG. This is what team chemistry is all about. It's being able to tolerate rough periods, rough moments for your teammates around you, stay together, knit tight as a unit, and then buy each other time.
A good engine is going to endure a lot of combustion, right?
That's just the way it is. You know, it's part of the DNA within FaZe Clan. It's sometimes tough for us to talk about different teams and what is the DNA, what do they look like, right? But one thing we can say for FaZe that's been a reoccurring trend, so to speak, even was it in CSGO at times, it's this ability to always fight back from behind. They sometimes better be sure that they always find a way coming back into this game. I would still argue that we at no point today, neither in the semi-final or in the final, saw FaZe play at full cylinders.
100%.
They won potential of the lineup to how good they are, but also to the level and the mentality that you guys are speaking about.
I mean, like, listen, guys, we got the first map. Let's close it on map number 3, right? But they never stopped. They never gave up. And there were some ugly rounds. There was a lot of messy plays, a lot of messy rounds. Drops just dropping down there in a 1v2, for example, comes to mind.
This made me nervous. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, but they're able to still, you know, at the middle round. Go back to the 2v4. We were saying Rain was 2 and 12 at one point. Karrigan, not somebody looking forward to, you know, having big clutches or big moments. 2v4, and Rain and Karrigan just step up and clutch it out, right? In a moment which shouldn't be happening.
Yes, and this is where it's quite hard for us as experts to say, is that resilience based on individual traits or is it team chemistry? And I am of the mind that this is a little bit of both. I think these players have a very strong mentality, but I also believe that they have an environment now that tolerates these moments and make sure they pick Pickle back up.
But these are veterans who have, for the most part, been there, done that, seen that. So not only have they lived through a lot of these moments before, where in which they can compose themselves quite well, now they get to see the fruits of that.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Rain is a great example of that. You mentioned it. He was 2-12, but he will be the guy finishing up with the highest ADR in the entirety of the FaZe Clan side during this game. It's an amazing comeback from him, and I think, you know, if we were to analyze it just a little bit and dive into it, I think it's when you're playing on FaZe Clan, right? You see Rain 2-12. You know he's having a tough game, but all of a sudden, you're Twist, you're Kerrigan, you're Brokey, you're Rubs, you're looking towards Rain, and he's climbing the scoreboard. He's getting better and better. He's finding impact, and all of a sudden, you're sitting back with the feeling, all right, if Rain is doing this, then I just have to do a little bit more, then we're going to win. Kerrigan, I have to do a little bit more, and all of a sudden, everyone is lifting in togetherness, and I think that's the difference between FaZe and so many other
it's
teams.
so interesting watching FaZe, and you're talking about, like, you know, a little bit of disconnect in the comms in some of the rounds they played with early on. But when you see them get into overtime, when the pressure is absolutely on, suddenly it's like a hive mind. Everything is perfect. Every call they make, the way they move together, the synergy, the trades, whatnot. It's like they are diamonds. They are absolutely diamonds. Yeah,
and this gentleman right here, our MVP, he is 100% a diamond. I don't know if his pick'ems are a diamond, but I can tell you he is definitely in the building. He goes by the alias of Rops. Have you ever heard of him?
We have heard of him.
Yes,
we
we
have
have.
witnessed his beauty throughout this event once again. And even though he might have had a little bit of a slow start here on Nuke, he obviously came back to life towards the very end, and he graced us with a beautiful tournament. There might be an argument, a case to be made for the most efficient player we have in CS2 right now. Granted, we have to be careful. Not a whole lot of data, a very small sample size to go off with. But Robs has definitely hit the ground running when it comes to CS2, and it's great to see him evolve and have that impact on the server.
I mean, the only reason FaZe are here in this Grand Finals right now is because of Mr. Cool. It's simple as that, right? Heading into this Grand Finals before we saw, you know, Twist step up, Rain step up, and everyone else kind of deliver in that final series. Robs was he was 1.2 rating coming into the Grand Final, so everyone else were like 1.03 and below. He's the reason who just dragged them screaming and kicking. And I mean, if he's able to do that, it has to inspire everyone else in the team, right?
I think that's how they work. I think the reason why FaZe is so good is that even when people are struggling, they don't stop doing what it is they're supposed to do. And it's such a simple sentence, but such a hard thing to do in any discipline. When you're not having any confidence, not any momentum, you have a tendency to revert back, play a bit more passive, take less risks. Not FaZe. Not FaZe. They keep on doing what they have to do, and eventually they pick up a couple of kills, then confidence is here. Robs is a great example on that map again.
It's because he's the coolest cat around here, and that's no pun on his last name. Does anybody have any final thoughts or words they would like to get out here in front of right now? We've got the holiday season coming up. We're at the end of CAC. Is there anything any of the three of you want to say?
I'm just excited to see more teams play, more tournaments play out. As Matthew said, we had a small sample size so far. We have some blast tournaments coming up, the World Finals, and the more we get to see these players, the more we get to see these players also dive into what CS2 is. We saw small examples with the grenades, the smokes, how you play around that. I think the level of Counter-Strike only is going to get better and better and better, and so is the playing experience as well. So for once, you know, shout out to all the Soy boys out there. I'm positive when it comes to CS2.
And for me, commiserations to MOUZ, man. It has to sting. It really has to sting when it felt like, hey, you know what? You lost your first map. You have map number 2. Map number 3 is coming up. You have a chance to get that revenge, get a title right in the first time CS2. And FaZe happens. Just FaZes happens to a lot of teams seemingly. But they're a team I'm super excited to watch. I really love watching them right now.
I really hope they're just going to take that one in and keep on
just
working together.
You get better.
Exactly. I mean, listen, what you've accomplished is great. You have a great future together. Yimpat, Diamond and Nerf, as far as I'm concerned, he's going to be up there. Very long career, extremely reliable already. But yeah, you have to, you know, the growing pains of playing on land, having to go up against titans like FaZe on the stage. These are the moments that have to sort of mold you as a player, and I hope they don't disintegrate because of that disappointment. Their trajectory is upwards. It's great to see you play Counter-Strike, grab that experience, come better, and really install yourself as a team that we get to see in every last quarter, every last semi. Be up there, be a top 4 minimum. That's what I wish for them.
Look, I've got one little factoid on our way out of here.
Go on.
We had some number crunchers in the back figure this out. It looks as though FaZe came into today with a prize purse of $1,785,000 over the course of the year up to this point. Having secured that, they just broached over $2 million. So I think they've had a pretty good year, all things considered. Grand slams, and everything, right?
I mean, think about it, right? This is a team where, you know, we kind of felt like they were gonna, you know, just crumble, and then look at them now.
Yeah, look at us now, Blaze.
Let's see if Twist
ready to go home, right?
Ready to go home?
I'm
Yeah, ready to go home.
That's the final note, you know. Let's hope Twist is staying within FaZe Clan. I would hate to see him leave when they're going so well. Just at least play the Copenhagen Major together. Give it a shot.
Okay, do it for Jacob.
That's just for Jacob,
If
right?
literally
Just for
nothing else.
Jacob.
But yeah, thank you all very much. If you go ahead and just turn them off because they like to sabo me at this portion of the broadcast, I'm not entirely sure. Thank you everybody for watching the CAC. That's Counter-Strike Asian Championships. This has been my crew. We want to say thank you for watching on behalf of the commentators, production, everybody around here, all my new friends over there that are standing in the darkness where I can't even really see them behind their cameras, and of course you, the viewer at home, for making this all very much possible. That does it for the CAC. We'll see you next time.